Hey, this that Eastside Johnny Big Redemption life. Know what I'm talking about? Hold up. Whoa. Get out the way, get out the way, get out the way, yeah. Get out the way, get the fuck up out my way, yeah. You either with me or against me, ho. You either with me or win. Fuck everything else. Win. These niggas ain't shit. Win. Stop chasing that bitch. Win. Big J Rocco on 10. Exit Expo. Bring friends. That black two go. Jump in. You might wanna keep stones. I win. Forearm tattoos. That's spot. All of them go shoot. Don't try. I walk in room. They eyes wide. Third album come soon. I'm glad y'all gon' die. I ain't chasing after no bitch. I got bigger plans than staying rich. I've been tapped in since I was 6. Tap dance all on a brick. And your diamonds like tap water. That shit way too faulty. These BBS is way awesome. See that lesson, baby mama. Drop to your death without warning. Get out the way, yeah. Get out the way, get the fuck up out my way, yeah. You either with me or against me, ho. You either with me or win. Fuck everything else. Win. These niggas ain't shit. Win. Stop chasing that bitch. Win. Fuck niggas don't stay outside when I play outside. I put the beats on them like drought side. I got the bow side and LA outside. And if you act bad, I bring the cow side. Go and get your money, bitch. None of my niggas on some funny shit. I can tell real by who you're running with. I'm all in the field, duck running shit. Hit my plug just to re-up and he was like, boop. Here. Legal knew just what it was. Flipped the whole dub and gave it back, boop. Yeah. 9/11, no malice, baby. 9 bumping, no violence, baby. My trigger finger got callous, baby. My bare knuckles got talent, baby. I'm all in the wind with it. On Goose Line, I've been with it. She too fine, I've been hit it. Crashed 2 times out of limo 10 in my new ride. I'm riding with the toaster. Trump had not put me over. Championship going dumb. Nothing to something I won, bitch. Get out the way, yeah. Get out the way, get the fuck up out my way, yeah. You either with me or against me, ho. You either with me or win. Fuck everything else. Win. These niggas ain't shit. Win. Stop chasing that bitch. Win. We just hit the lotto. Hope y'all are having a phenomenal day. What's up, Sherry? Nice to see you in the building. If y'all could do me a favor, repost as always, like, quote, all that fun stuff, man. Let's get these algos cooking. We're streaming on YouTube, Twitch, and, of course, X. On X, we got the Just a Lotto page and, of course, your boy Ghost. What a day in Solana. I mean, wow. Just flat out, wow. That's all I can say. Just wow. I don't think I've seen a bullish day like this in a long time, y'all. Right now, I am 100% going through the weekly candles to start getting some absolute key levels printed since we moved up so dang fast. I want to make sure that we don't miss any levels that we're looking at. 163.24, 163.24. Weekly close for May 20th, 24. Okay, what else we got? Anything else? Got key level here. Anything over here? Okay, no, we're clear. Clear, clear. Clear, clear, clear. Clear. Like always, man, when you start hitting new territory on the way up, I do like to make sure that I got these all ironed out, mapped out, make sure I'm not missing anything. Definitely seen some wickage and some top knot here on our weekly. Let's hit it with a horizontal here. This weekly candle was 176.44. 176.44. What's up, Roxy? How you doing? Weekly close. And what are we talking about here? 10/21/24. Okay. A little bit of resistance. And 73.13. What a day, though, man. What a day. What's up, Dante? Nice to see you in the building. About to head home. Good shit. Drive safely. Drive safely. I love that you guys are all driving home, coming in, kicking it with your boy. I appreciate that. You know I do. I appreciate that. We got about 65 people in the building so far. I think we got a pretty decent amount of levels here. I'd like to find a little bit of a level here. It's kind of a naked zone. Got some daily closes in here. Yeah, we do. Daily. And 156.32. Oh, you got a voice, I see, little one.
She's talking to Daphne because Daphne took her figure. Oh, she got it back from you, Daphne. All I had to do is look at you. She told on you. She told on you. You steal from babies? Look at her, guilty.
Guilty. Guilty as charged. Okay. I like it. Let's go with a 4-hour, any 4-hour resistance zones. Looking for that support. Nothing. 1 hours. 1 hours. 1 hours. You're welcome, Sherry. You're welcome. What's up, Heather? Newport Dane in the building. Man, what a day, dude. Let's go to the daily candle just for a second and just admire that. Like, look at that daily candle, bro. When you talk about crypto, I think this is what we talk about when we talk about crypto. It's like, voila. That's just a daily candle. Boof. Now, remember yesterday, man. Yesterday, I was like, look, I really want to get a candle to close over this March 1st through March 7th weekly resistance level. Because we got a little deviation at one point, right? But one day over it, one day back under it, never more than 2 days in a row above. And then we just constantly saw these curls that were falling short, right? And now we were hoping to get a close over here. And not only did we get a close over here, but we got a straight up launch. And this is the type of things that you notice when you have resistance, flip to support, flip to resistance, 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 resistance. That third time it comes up, you can see it just, it's always the news aligns with the TA, man. And you could just see how ridiculous that really is. I mean, gosh, we haven't seen that big of a candle in a while. I mean, even this back one, what was this, on 22nd of April, was pretty wild. But if you look in comparison, man, that's it's close, but not really, man. We're talking about a low of 134. No, we're not going to start barking all of a sudden, little girl. Come on, parlay.
Daphne keeps stealing them.
We're talking about a low of 134.69 and a close of 148, which is a $14 move. Today, man, we had a low of 147 and it closed at 164. That's literally almost $20, man. That's insane. Absolutely, it's nuts, dude. It really is. It's nuts. So that's what we want, man. That's what we like to see, though, bro. That really makes me happy to see that Solana. And I kind of tell people this all the time when they ask. I'm like, look, man, I am bullish, long-term bull on Solana, period. And even with all of this pullback and whatnot, it was holding and basing for a while. And I told you guys, when you get this much consolidation on what we drew up yesterday as a wedge, eventually when it breaks to the upside, you get an explosive move. Just like if it were to break to the downside, you would have got an explosive move. Well, this is what I mean when you consolidate in a thick channel like this. When you get that breakout, it is explosive, literally explosive. You know, you take the low and the close, and you literally are talking about what, $19.50, something crazy, $19.40. That's absolutely bonkers. And I'm a big believer, man, that Solana's doing very well, man. We talked about that Solana summer that everyone's kind of like, I don't know, man. We expected a Solana summer last year, and we didn't get one. So kind of feel like it's going to be the same thing this year. Well, that kind of tells me a little bit of sentiment, man. I think that's telling me real serious shit, man. Like, maybe that's why we'll get one. Who knows? Definitely not here to predict. As I said, I'm a long-term bullish monster when it comes to Solana. But this intermediate push has been extremely bullish since our lows of 95, man. We're getting close to the double up zone from our lows back in whatever. Was it just, 2 months ago? April 25th, not even, dude. It's barely been a month and a half or so since we hit that 95 low. And in just 4 or 5 weeks now, 6 weeks now, we're back up to 163 that quick. And that's crypto for you, man. This is why when you have conviction, it goes so far, because you can hold through and weather the storm on some of these plays. And if you don't go all in, when it drips from when maybe you entered at $200 a token in Solana and it's dropping in value down to 95, if you left resources on the sideline and you were able to add to that particular play, even while it got cut in half and even really cut down 66%, you would have been able to lower your median enough to where this should be a profit zone now for you officially on Solana if you've been in it since earlier this year. So definitely cool to see, man. Cool to witness, cool to be a part of. You know me, I like to go to the 4-hour chart, kind of see what we're looking at. Realistically speaking, there is a little bit of a concern of mine. It's just going to be honest. Every time you launch, you got to come back down to earth and figure out where your support is. And you can see here that psych level of 140 was our resistance. And then when we finally took off and went crazy, we never really tested that 140, man. Now, guess what? When you finally do and you wick off of it, look at what happens. You got a higher high. We talked about this yesterday. We saw higher lows, and we wanted to see a higher high today, and we did. But we never, ever tested anything else, like, for example, this 154.18. Yeah, we tested it instantly, which is good. I'll take that. Just like here, we kind of tested it instantly. But we still had to come back eventually. When? Who knows? It could be weeks. It could be days. It could be months. It could be years. It's just what it typically does. So this is the zone I'm really looking at. I see a lot of resistance here at that 154.18 mark. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Consider this one. Consider this one. It's a lot before it finally closed the 4-hour candle above, with the second candle consecutive green and above. Here's where we are. So I would imagine 154.18 or perhaps the 155.17. It's got to be tested at some point. It's a long way from now, 164 to 155. That's a $9 push, dude. That's a lot. And we're just far too bullish to think that we're going to see it anytime, soon, unless there's some kind of catastrophe, obviously. So long-term bull, short-term bull, and at some point we're going to get a little bearish when we start to come back to check these supports out and see which one we find to be support. Let's go over here to this little bit of a naked chart to see where we're at. All right. So I did take a couple, just a little scalp. I think I took 1 or 2 scalps recently. This is, for those of you that don't know, this is a little 1 Solana challenge that we have. We did this. We had a restart yesterday because for some reason right in front of our eyes, the Solana just got torn out. So I did a brand new wallet. We put a Solana in, and we're already up 25.2% on this Solana in just a couple of trades. The history on the trades are here for us to kind of go through. We've been long pretty much for the most part. However, today I actually took 2 scalps on the short side, and you'll see decreased short. You'll see decreased short. So 2 quick scalps, very quick, and decent plays. Decent plays. I don't like taking against the grain, but there's certain things I see. I saw a double top here, so I took a short here real quick. And then at the end of the, I think it was earlier, where are we at? This is a 15-minute. Yeah, so we saw the double top here. I took a short, quick scalp. And then at the end of the day, the close by the end of the day, I think it was right here, I took a short as well because I saw bulls were trying to push it up to close above that 164 level, which they did. And then instantly the buying pressure kind of came in. I grabbed a short, ran it down real quick, just a scalp, took our profits, 100% closed out and ready to go for the day to trade in front of you guys, of course. This is for perpetuals. We're day trading perpetuals on the Solana network. I use Jupiter. That's what I use to do our day trades here. When you go to jupe.ag, you'll get to this section up here. You're going to click on perps, obviously, and you're going to get to this section where you're going to choose which token you're shorting or longing. Solana, Ethereum, or Bitcoin. We're always on the Solana chain, us personally. And that's what you're seeing here. This is the price action of Solana on a 5-minute chart. You can switch your increments up top, 5 minutes, 15 minutes, an hour, of course, whatever you want. And yeah, we kind of go naked on this particular chart to trade just because we like to see where our positions are. If you're new to this channel, I am going to break down everything from A to Z. And I'm also going to try and do some live trades to show you examples of what type of trades that I take. I strongly advise for you to follow along, but not necessarily put money in it. You can watch the trade and see why we're taking the trade and see what the trade's all about, see if it's working, and kind of use this as a way to test, my strategy. And from there, you can kind of build one of your own. That's the hopes of this, right? So I will break everything down. Listen, no such thing as a dumb question. If you have any questions at all, you can hit us with a live reply and I do my best to try and answer those on the fly. And remember, if one person asks a question, there's probably a lot of people that were thinking that same question. So it's always helpful, even if you think you know the answer, get that confirmation, or ask a question that you once knew was a question of yours in the past that changed your style of play once you learned the answer to your question. I think that's the way we can kind of help teach and learn at the same time. So the first thing I talk about is the platform itself. There's multiple platforms. I use, again, juke.ag. I do perps on the Solana network. And of course, what are perpetuals? It's kind of like options for the stock market per se. In this case, a little bit different, but it is very similar. You can either go short or you can go long. It's pretty much it. Going long, it'll be green, and that means you want green candles. Excuse me. Going short, it'll be red, and that means you want red candles. That's it. It's really just as simple as going long or going short. Now, this is what you believe the direction will be, but there are ways to capitalize with a small amount of resources. And that's based on your leverage. Okay. Now, I want you guys to understand the importance of leverage. A lot of people go here and they just determine where they like this leverage. They're like, oh, if I put in one SOL and I go to 54.4, it's like I'm really trading with 52 SOL. I to each his own. I personally look at the liquidation price, and that's how I determine what leverage I'm going to be using. Because the higher the leverage, the closer I am to being liquidated, meaning the price that I get liquidated is extremely close to the entry price that I'm getting into the trade. Okay. What does it mean to get liquidated? This means they're going to take my collateral. So if I'm going in with one SOL, yeah, it's true. That's the most I can lose, even though I'm trading with 92 SOL. I can only lose one SOL. And yeah, it's true. 93 SOL right now. If this moved $1, I'd get 93 bucks. All of that is true, but any bit of buying pressure would cause the price action to go up about $1.20. And that would ultimately sacrifice my one Solana. Now, in regards to a lower leverage like 1.1x, obviously I am far away from being liquidated. Okay. But once again, my one SOL is only worth a little over one SOL. So if it goes up $1, I make $1. Not very good, is it? Right? So you want to kind of play with this. And what I like to do is I like to look at the chart and go, okay, I want to go long, and I believe this is our true support. So I want to be below here. That would be about 150, 140. Give me some wiggle room. 150, 140. And my liquidation's still about 155. Let's change this to 15x. Pretty close. Let's go 13x. And then 150, 116. Okay, perfect. So that is what I would pick my liquidation at, my leverage at, in order to give myself that wiggle room if that's what the trade was that I was taking. I use these levels to determine my liquidation, and then that's what determines where I'm setting my leverage. This way, if it does come back to test this as support and loses it for a little bit, but doesn't fully lose it, I'm still active in my trade. I don't have to sacrifice that one Solana. And so I'll show you the leverage in the leverage versus liquidation throughout the night during our live trades so you can really hone in on it. What is a psych level is the question I got in there. It's a good question, actually. So psych levels are more from like a psychological level. They're usually roundabout numbers, right? So like 140 was a psych level, and you could kind of see how it reacts during psych levels, right? It has trouble kind of holding. You know, there's always buyers present until there's no buyers present above. And then once it flips it, there's buyers present and it pushes it upward. Then it comes back down to see if there's still buyers present at this 140 psych level. In this case, there were, not once, but fairly multiple times technically. And that's where you see that big push. 150 is also a psychological level, right? 150, just a roundabout number. And so we can see for a long period of time, this 150 was support, resistance, support, resistance, support, resistance, support, resistance, all around. It just couldn't make its mind up until obviously today we saw our first break above that psych level, retested that psych level, and took off on the 4-hour chart. And that's where you see our next psych level, again, just 160. Next one's probably 175, maybe even 180, a little bit of room to breathe. And it just keeps going for me on those. 175 might be a psych level. I'll see back in the day how it reacts to it. 200 is going to be a psychological level. 225, 250, those are all psych levels. They're just simply put, psychologically, people see that roundabout number and they behave a specific way when it approaches those specific numbers. I see my boy E is in the building. What up, Mr./Dr. Professor Egon?
Hello.
Hello,
I just
sir.
got in my car and my Lord, I will tell you what a day it was.
Absolutely epic, huh? Well, per usual, he's probably transitioning from his glasses to his car or vice versa. Back to you in the studio, Ghost. Okay, I'm back, guys.
In uncharted, literally, territory. Oh my God, what do I do? I'm like, all right, I recognize this pattern. I gotta wait for this to close. I gotta wait for my confirmation here. Blah blah blah. So I'm just resting on it's crazy how your brain will react to what you've already learned once you're just literally thrust into that position. I didn't jump into a trade, do anything. I was like, all right, I don't have the levels, but this is what I think, and this is why. And I was able to talk myself out of taking certain moves and talk myself into making very successful short scalps because again, uncharted territory. And I'm like, I don't know. Everything's volatile, and once it goes up, usually it comes down twice as hard on the back end, but you never really know with this.
Yeah, I mean, dude, it's definitely charted territory because it's not like it's all-time highs, but it's uncharted to us in a while, right? It's been a while since it's been at these levels. And to his point,
meant from the literal dad joke, it wasn't charted. I didn't have levels on my chart to look at kind of thing. But yes, I get what you're saying.
Yes.
Yeah, we've totally been up at close to 300.
Yeah, I always say uncharted territory when we're breaking highs. Like SPY was like that last year. I was like, look, man, this is uncharted territory, bro. We gotta be patient. We gotta wait and see what it's doing at certain price points. But to his point today, yeah, uncharted territory. If you don't have your levels up, and we kind of started getting close to these areas. So it was ironic, but I think it was Hinch. He's like, what's your levels above this? And I said, you know what? I'll put together some that day. And we put up the monthly candles first. Today I did some weekly candles and also some daily candles. And so we got a little bit more levels now, a little bit more present now, obviously, since our last, stream, because we weren't at these levels currently at the time. But yeah, man, now they're no longer.
Last night's stream is what taught me, really zooming in on some of those and seeing what it would literally need to do, where it would need to open and close in a given scenario in order to educate myself, think entering would be a good idea at a given point, or make the most educated as possible. It was incredible.
So remember we were talking about daily candles.
Here we go.
Absolutely, bro. You remember we were talking about
those. I remember when we were talking about what?
Those daily candles.
Is that me?
And we were talking about trying to get over that one hump of a curl, that 151.12. That was one of those areas that we really wanted to close a daily candle above, right? And we were talking about on the daily, it's getting pretty tight on the wedge, and that we're either going to see an explosive move to the downside or an explosive move to the upside, depending on when it breaks out and where it breaks out, above or below. And today was just that prime example of when that wedge breaks out above, you see one of the strongest daily candles we've ever seen. Like ever.
Yep.
Absolutely.
I'll be darned if it wasn't in tandem with Trump starting to speak. And then he started apparently talking about something else. And then I saw the chart just like blast off again. And he goes, "Oh man, Trump just mentioned Solana again." And I was like, "What?" That's insane. I literally saw it move. Maybe it wasn't Solana. Maybe he said crypto. I forget. It's so early, but yeah, good times. Thank you
No,
for
for sure, bro. For sure, bro. It's always fun to see, man. I think you know, it's one of those things where you're like, I'm not crazy, you know. We finally get that confirmation sometimes, because the bears for Solana thinking it's gonna die out. I'm like, dude, it's the fastest network, it's the most efficient network, and there's so much action on it. There's just no way. I think one of the biggest things for me is we were getting 300 million volume per 24 hours for a long period of time.
right.
And if you look at the volume last night on the stream, I pointed out that it was at 325 million, which I was like, dude, that's a lot more volume, you know, 25 mil. And now you can see clearly tonight, it's almost 600 million in volume. That's pretty much double. And that's wild as shit to see.
I imagine you saw the news. Speaking of wild as shit, the NASDAQ stocks are going to be Solana blockchain backed.
Yeah.
In order to trade them instantaneously. Like,
Yep.
what? This is
Yep.
insane.
It's the revolutionary DLMM. They also broke out from Soros. I saw that earlier today.
Yes.
I mean, man, listen, the blockchain ain't going nowhere. This is proof, you know, when you talk about pushing through orders from a stock market through a Solana network at that. Absolutely insane. And it's, once again, our network. There's no secret as to why, you know, now you start to realize, damn, that's why Trump put a coin on there and instead of anywhere else. Like, it makes sense the way this shit moves. So it's just fast and efficient. You know what I mean?
Do you think that's a backdoor way for regulation to come creeping in and be like, well, you know, since the stock exchange is on here, we got to have these rules in place, yada, yada?
Well, I think everyone's on the same page. I mean, we definitely need regulation. I mean,
sure.
Yeah, I don't know if it's, I don't know if it's correlated or if it's just yeah, I don't know, man. It's I haven't really pondered that, to be honest, but I definitely think there's something to it, being that that's the network that you're hearing a lot of action on. You know, Bitcoin broke 100K again, Ethereum crossed over 2K, so it's not like it's just Solana that's juicing up over here, but it's definitely good to see how much bullish news is on the chain itself versus just in general in crypto, right?
Just like, crypto in general, really, right? Cool.
Yeah. But I don't know, but I think definitely I think we'll get some regulations sooner than people think. I think by the end of the year there'll be some heavy talks, and I think, you know, there might be some rules implemented that could potentially help. What's going on, Pa? Nice to see you in here. What's up, Arn? How you feeling, bro? Nice to see you. I know you trade perps. I hope you ate off of these moves. Yeah, man. So yesterday we took a cool trade, man. We were waiting patiently for the 148.5 to come back and retest. We wanted to jump in at 148, but just in case it didn't test that, we jumped in half position at 148.5. It did get that opportunity to get down at the 148 entry. We entered long, pretty decent as far as leverage goes. We were at 67. Most people kind of kept a little piece in there to let run wild. I'm doing this little builder account. So obviously you saw I closed out 25% twice and then closed out the entire position on this one Solana challenge account that I'm doing. But other than that, man, it was just a perfect entry if you hopped in on it. And I know a lot of people that did hit me up that said they did. I'm imagining you guys probably are ecstatic to see what a day we had overnight and, of course, in the morning. So that's pretty amazing. But yeah, man,
I didn't even second guess myself when you asked me if I was hopping in. You're like, you're gonna hop in right here, and I was like, well, yeah.
Yeah, bro. I mean, dude, you gotta know what you're doing.
Ideal entry. It was off by like maybe 14 cents, and I'm like, I think I'm good enough.
Which one are you talking about? Last night?
You're not wrong. Yeah, last night when I entered. You're like, you're gonna take one right now? It was an overnight long because I had to go to bed, and I was like, look, it's either now or I'm not in a position, and I think it's close enough.
Oh, yeah.
For me,
I
I
remember
adjusted
now.
my
The end of the stream you're talking
yeah.
about. Yes.
Yep.
I remember.
Yeah.
I do remember. I was
Cool.
yeah, man. I mean, dude, we got action, bro. We got volume, which is always fun to trade when you got a lot of volume. And we're gonna have some fun tonight. We still have had a pretty cool streak, man. I gotta say, we have been doing pretty decent. Small wins, compounding, ensuring that we can grow this one Solana account. Again, we started over with one soul yesterday due to the other account just for some reason in our fucking plain view just snatching a soul somewhere somehow. This one is a brand new
You never
wallet.
got to the bottom of that?
Soul. Nah, man, I'm not gonna waste time
Okay.
fucking searching high and low for this shit. But
Just curious.
it was weird, bro. I mean, it was fucking bizarre to see, but yeah. We're already higher than we were on the other one, though. So, I mean, we're up about 25% on this particular account. We were up 15% on the other account. So, I mean, you want to do the math on that, we'd be sitting almost 40, 41, 42% by now. That's awesome. In just a couple of weeks of trading. A little bit goes a long way. It's really just that simple, man. So let's take a look and see what we got here. We got the 162 level. That was its resistance at one point. On the 5 minutes, we saw a double resistance again, and then it finally broke above to close the day strong. And now we just lost that level. And we're seeing a little bit of a pullback, which is absolutely healthy considering the circumstances. I don't like fighting trends too much. That's a fierce trend. If you want to get real technical with this, man, this is one of the gnarliest uptrends we've seen in a while. Very cookie cutter. A break above that 148, retest. A break above that 152, retest. A break above that 160, retest, fail to hold with the reclaim of it up to the 165. And now you're seeing that retest of that 162. Nothing slowing this thing down so far, man. So we'll see if we can get enough momentum to continue pushing this up. I'm going to switch over to this one real quick because I do like this charting map better. I have 161.80 as one of my key levels. This means that it's been hit as support or resistance for a very long time. If you go to yesterday's stream, you'll see this was here as well. So I'm curious to see how it responds. But the first time it came up to it today, it rejected it 3 times. And then it came up to it again. It did cross over only to reject it again, only to cross it over again and to reject it again. So you can see this key level on a 5-minute chart was tested all throughout. Then this weekly close back on May 20th is a new line I believe I added. And you can see it's wicking right through it, closing above and losing it now and retesting it now. So these levels do seem to be holding fairly true. I see Roxy's in the building. What up, Roxy?
Hey, what's up? Just a minute. I'll be right back. I'm going to change phones.
Okay, cool. We'll see you in a minute. But yeah, so this is where we're at right now, dude. We're gonna look and see if we can catch some. We got higher highs, so we're still bullish on every category. Higher lows, still bullish on every category. And it's really every candle, every 15 minute, 5 minutes, I mean the whole 9 yards. You break down the 15 minutes and you kind of get the same thing. So one thing I will say is that we are clearly riding an uptrend. And it appears to me that it's been pretty consistent. If we take this, kind of hit it like that so far, you can see if we're bouncing, we're bouncing, we're bouncing, we're riding, we're bouncing. So we'll get an intersection right around this area. If we can get a hold at a key level on this current uptrend, I don't mind taking longs here to see if we can at least come back to test that weekly close range. If we break down below the trend, I don't mind waiting for a retest and actually scalping some shorts back to maybe the psych level. You know, we'll play it by ear. We'll see what kind of opportunities present themselves to us before we rush anything. But on the 15-minute candle, you can see, I mean, we really haven't had too many red candles in a row, really. And had a few here. We got a few coming in right here. But so far, every time we've had that pullback, we've had that uptick, right? A lot of consolidating on that daily candles. right here, that daily candle that has flipped from resistance to support several times in the history of this particular token. See a lot of consolidating right there, above and below, between the psych level. And we'll see what they throw at us right now. But it is looking pretty good. What's up, Chris? Nice to see you in the building. Hello, not the mama. Nice to see you. All right. Starting to see a little bit of support on the 5-minute here. And again, that's that 162 level. Not fully convinced that that's going to be our support just yet before the next pop up, but we will take a look and see how it reacts. Maybe we can get some consolidation a little bit above this 162.50 level or whatever it may be, 162.50 level. I want to see a little bit of consolidation if we're going to go long, or obviously an actual failed support if we're going to go short. That's kind of where I'm at right now. In no rush to make a trade. We did scalp on this particular account one time. What I saw was pretty evident. At the end of the day, they wanted this token above 164. Bulls were in absolute control. And that's what they did. This candle right here came in at the close, which the highs were 163.99. And then the last 5-minute close, the candle 5-minute close, they pushed this all the way up to like 164.50 or 60. Let's see, 164.56 is what they pushed this up to. So we could change this. 164.56. Okay. And this is our high, 164.56. So yeah, anyway, I'm seeing this push to 5-minute. I'm on the phone with Hinch and I'm like, yo, if they close this above 164, I'm going to take a scalp right at the bell. Boom, they closed it above the 164. I took a short. I think I did 80 leverage just real quick for the drawback. And I just played it to this weekly close and we clipped it like within, I don't even know, 2 minutes in on the candle, maybe 3 minutes in tops, we clipped it. And it was just a quick little scalp. We made a 0.1 Solana on our one sold challenge. So we're growing it. We are growing it. Ghost, have you figured out yet your 2 picks? 2 picks for what? What you talking about, Willis? Which 2 picks, Mr. Chris? Let me know what you mean. Doesn't sound like it. If I don't know what picks you're talking about, though, I'll keep it a buck. Not quite sure. My wife took another nap tonight, guys.
Yes, I sure did. I feel like $1 million now.
That's it?
Dude, I
Just
was
$1
falling
million?
asleep out of nowhere. I couldn't wait for the maid to leave. I was dying.
Really?
Yeah, I'm like, she's going to catch me sneaking in bed in the middle of the day. I would feel like a lazy piece of shit.
Oh, my God. Oh, for Law School, my 2 picks for the zeros. That's funny. Yeah, no, you're definitely not one of them. So don't get your hopes up there, Mr. Chris. What a jerk, right? I'm just teasing. I don't know. Maybe you are. I don't know. No, I have not picked the 2. I have one person for sure picked. The other one is I'm having a hard time. It ain't easy, guys. It ain't easy.
I think Arn deserves a 0, but anyway.
You think Arn deserves a 0?
Yeah.
Does he, though?
He does.
You think so?
I think so.
What do you think, Arn? You think you deserve a 0? Let's see what Arn thinks.
I think so.
Hi, guys.
He's been here since exact days, bro.
This is
Hey,
true.
Hinch.
What up, Hinch?
What's up, friends?
How you feeling, bro?
Feeling real good. How are you guys?
I'm good, bro. I appreciate you asking, man.
Are we you guys in a scalp yet, or did I miss anything?
No. We're just talking numbers right now, talking, momentum, volume. I was tripping out, bro. Pretty much every day we were doing this stream, we had 300 million volume on that 24-hour. last night's stream, we had 325 million. And I was like, you know, you got an uptick in volume. It felt different at that 150 level, which is why we were long. But today, man, you're seeing 597 million, almost double the typical day we've been having in Solana, bro.
That's huge.
That's massive, bro. That's insane. Obviously, bullish news all around, but still, that's insane. Absolutely insane.
We're cooking up a perfect storm here.
Famous. Yeah, no, Arn's the man, bro. I talk to Arn all the time, man. That's my guy. I don't know where he's at, but I fuck with him, bro. I know he was in here just earlier.
Yeah, I think he just got home. He's probably doing stuff.
Probably grinding.
Or he's back on the street corner.
Hustling. Yeah, Hinch, I'm looking at this uptrend so far today. That we've kind of, if you go back in time even, you can kind of see it was resistance at one point till it finally kind of broke over. And now it's holding it as support. So I kind of like this inflection right here, this little crossroad. I like these X's, man. I call them inflections. They tell me so much. I feel like you have two supports. You have a key level support and you have an uptrend support. And if it holds, then I like to kind of play that long there. If it breaks down, then I like to play the short, drop it to the next psych level.
Hell yeah.
So that's kind of where I'm at. I feel like this is no man's land. Kind of a coin flip, low probability. Could go up, could go down. But look at these key levels. I had this key level up last night's stream even before we were even close to these levels. And look at this, man. Reject, 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 and then broke over. Support, nope, reclaimed. Support, nope, reclaimed. But look at just how much it's here. And then even this weekly close back from May of last year, a straight up year ago almost to the day. And you're talking about rejecting and trying to hold it and rejecting it as support. I mean, this is a year ago. This is where the price was. It's basically erased all of the 295 crazy uptick and the 95 downtick. It's just erased it all. It's right back to where it was a year ago, which is awesome. Absolutely awesome to see.
Hell yeah, dude.
Snapdragon's in the motherfucking house. What up, Snap? How you feeling though, Hinch? You ready to go or what? You ready to make money on this day trading right now, dog? You guys ready to take a fucking trade and have some fun, bro, or what, dude? I want to remind everybody, no financial advice will be given. I am not qualified to give financial advice. I am literally just telling you what works for myself. I strongly advise you do not take my word for it, and you watch me work in front of you to see if it is in fact something that you not only comprehend, but also proof of concept. Make sure that you see that it's actually working as well with your own eyes, and don't put resources into anything unless, of course, you are willing to lose whatever that amount is. When we talk about risk management, I can't express it enough. So often people will literally trade with resources that they actually need, like right around the corner, whether it's their rent money, mortgage money, car payment money, gas money, grocery money, food money, whatever the case, man. There's just no reason to utilize those resources to try and make a quick buck. You're putting way too much pressure on yourself. So please be careful, man. Understand that you can lose this in the drop of a 5-minute time span, 1-minute time span. You can lose everything you put in. So really put yourself in a better position by using resources that you can afford to lose. Because what happens when you're playing with resources that you can afford to lose, you're not as nervous, you're not as stressed out, you're not as overwhelmed by one small movement. You know, you'll get a chance to actually see it through. You know, that's number one. Number two, if you take a trade just because someone else is taking the trade, you're really at a disadvantage. You have to understand why this trade makes sense to someone else, But most importantly, you got to make sure that you understand why the trade makes sense for you so that you can duplicate it or even come up with your own strategy based on some of the stuff you learn. Otherwise, you'll have absolutely no confidence in the trade and you'll sell either at the wrong time or hold for too long of a time frame and have your entire position liquidated, because that's what happens with perpetuals. They take the entire amount that you put out there. On a side note, hold yourself accountable. Okay, you're the one who's pressing the button, whether it's to buy and how long you plan on holding for. It's your money, it's your button you're pressing. Don't go running around blaming people because you took a trade that they were in and it didn't work out for you. Okay, because we can all get in the same direction as in going long. But if my liquidation's way lower than yours and you get liquidated and I don't, and my position ends up closing upward and you're the only one that took the loss there, there's no need to be upset or frustrated with someone else, right? Hold yourself accountable. I always see people getting mad at other people because of their losses. And I just want people to understand when I do this, I'm not trying to tell you guys to take the trade so you can make money. I'm actually doing the opposite. I would prefer you guys to not take the trade I'm taking and actually learn why I'm taking it. That way you can do your own trades on your own time, because I'm not here to get credit if you make money and I'm not here to get blamed if you don't. That's just the reality of it all. The only way you'll actually be good at trading is if you understand why you're taking trades. You take your proof of concept, you make sure that you're correct more times than not, and you make sure you have the proper risk management based on your financial situation. And as long as you do those three things, you should be able to find yourself growing a small account. So if you can't take 1 Solana and turn it into 5 Solana, what makes you think you could take 20 Solana and turn it into 100 Solana? Okay, it's a lot more nerve-wracking when you're in those amounts. Trust me when I tell you. So remember that, okay? It's your money. You're going to be the one taking the play when you decide to take the play. Just because I might take a play tonight doesn't mean you have to take that play. I'd much rather you follow along, understand what you're seeing, what we're seeing, what we're talking about, and come up with a strategy and a game plan that you can test out and make sure it works for you before you just take my word for it. Again, I am no financial advisor. I am not qualified to do so. And I will never advise you when to buy, sell, or how long you should hold for. Also, I will never DM you first for no reason out of nowhere. Make sure you don't get got by anybody trying to offer something for free or some kind of shit, dude. Please, just make sure you're always talking to the right people out here, you guys. We got about 210 people on the live stream now. Believe it or not, we're on YouTube, Twitch, and X all simultaneously, and these 213 people and counting are combined across all platforms. If you're watching us on Twitch or of course YouTube, make sure you hit us with that like and those live replies to get the party started, get those algos cooking. If you're watching us on X, make sure you either repost it or quote it, like it, hit us with a reply, both live but also on the actual post itself. This way we can get more people in the building that could potentially learn a little bit more from us as well. I see you. What up, Ash? Good evening, Lotto fam. We are having a great evening. I hope you had a great evening and a great day so far. What's up, Carly? Nice to see you in the building.
Biggest azalea.
I see Parker Parody in the motherfucking house. What up, P-Dub? P-Dub? What's up, Parody?
Hola, hi guys.
What's going on?
Hi guys. Can you guys hear me okay-ish?
We hear you
I
perfect.
hear a little voice in the back.
I think I hear a little baby in the background, a little kid in the background.
Oh, that's Meredith and my 2 nagging boys.
Hello, Meredith and the 2 nagging boys. One of them better be Peter Parker, dude.
Yeah, and the other one was like, Jesus Christ, like, what is with the attitude of these kids?
And Jeffy does it first. He said first.
I feel like I need to get the chancleta, you know?
Get the chocolate out, man, and utilize it to your advantage, even if it's just a threat. You know what I mean?
To my convenience.
Yeah, sometimes
In
Boo said it right. You
advance.
got to pretend you're mad.
I just wanted to check if we
And
were
then you
doing a
gotta
Throwback
hide your
Thursday
face in the
space because
wrapper.
I'm getting food with them and I'll like hop onto that. Like I texted you, but I just wanted to make sure.
Oh, what'd you say? My bad. I didn't hear that last part.
This one. That's not.
Oh, okay, perfect. Yeah, I got your message. You're good. Do your thing, girl.
Stop.
No, fuck.
You heard us or no? Okay, I think she went on mute for a little bit. She's hanging out with the kids, getting some food. She'll be back on and be your favorite co-host shortly, you guys. It's working?
I got a weird text message. Hang on.
Weird text message. Oh, what does it say? Is it sketty? Okay, guys, let's see what we got here. We're finally getting a little bit of this drawback that we were looking for, and it might line up perfect over the next 10 minutes or so. We might get right around this area. And again, we're gonna see if it holds. If it holds, it's go time. We're ready to go long. If it does not hold, I'm down to play some shorts, quick scalps, because we're going against the trend. One thing I do want to bring up to you guys that are just checking in now that we're over 200 people, I want you guys to see something that is really wild for me, actually. Disregard this white line here. That is my uptrend line that looks funny when you're on a bigger time zone. But typically, I like to see a breakthrough and a retest and a breakthrough and a retest and a breakthrough and a retest. But these retests are really, 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 really quick. And there's a huge pop off that retest. So you could see the retest on the 150 psych level. We bounced off of it. We held. I'm cool with that being its support. You could see a breakthrough here again, and we came down and we kind of held that 154.18 on a 4-hour chart, which was healthy. But we don't really have too much retests elsewhere, which tells me at one point we got to we're going to have to do some retesting, man. I hate to say it, but even if it's a short term, again, you could see a break test. This is a 1-hour candle, so you can kind of see what I mean now. We break over here, and there's really not too much of a retest, but this has been a psych level for a while, so it's not the end of the world. But right here, break above, and you see we held it for a long period of time. It's a good 6 hours straight before taking that next boost up. We never tested this, though. This 155.17 was never retested at all, like at all. Nor was the 156.32, nor was the 157.65. This retest here was cool, but then we lost the retest shortly afterwards. So this area right here, that 155.17 area, I do believe not tonight, not tomorrow, not a week from now. At one point, you just got to understand, we got to somehow show this as support on that retest theory. And you'll see what I mean, even back in the day. You'll see from these levels here. So when we first took our lows out, and we came through this psych level of the 140, we really never came and retested it at all. And when you don't retest something, no matter how bullish you are, all the way up here in the 160, almost 155 area, you got to come down and test it eventually. And we did finally, right? But that was a long time before it came. Now, my point to this is it kind of reminds me of something we're at now. The only break and hold level that we kind of had was this area here. We're going to have to retest it eventually. I don't know when, but for the most part, we got to come and test this 155.17 area. If we can't hold, then yeah, best believe we got to test the 150 area even. This is all testable. We moved up very quick, and the proof is in the pudding when you go to a one-day chart. Every one of these zones was retested at one point. Right, so here's your daily breakout. Oof, finally retested it. Right? Can't break it, can't break it, can't break it. Finally break out and retest it. And now can't break out, can't break out, can't break out, break out, and we break out. All of this is eligible to be retested is my point. Now, this is why I like the 154.17 area, 154.18 area, because we've had wicks to it. So it wouldn't be that crazy to come down and actually snag support at 155.17 or 154.18. Anywhere in this region is still fair game to hold support. It's the halfway point of the candle. But yeah, it's on my radar. At some point, we'll get bearish, and it will get bearish for that exact retest. Until then,
154.17 is exactly what I put my take profit on last night.
154.17?
Yes. And I figured it did linger around there for a while, but I figured it would linger around there longer. And I didn't, of course, didn't expect it to go past 160 and shit before I woke up. But anyway.
Oh, yeah, you can't expect that shit. I don't think anyone can. That shit was wild as fuck. So here's where we got it, you guys. You see, we got our retest coming in. This is where we wanted it. This is where we're getting it. And I do not hate taking a little long scalp here. As long as we hold this area, I will stay long. However, there will be some profit takers, which is why you see that 164.50, $2.50 or so takeoff from profits is not a bad, pullback. But I do want to see this area hold so we don't have to come down to the 160 cycle level. So we'll go to our 5-minute on our account. Let's see here, 162-ish, which is where we're at. One sold, and we'll go under our psych level for 159. 60-40.
Bro, did you know Shih Tzus are closer to wolves than most other dog breeds?
No, I did not.
Doesn't that sound stupid to say?
Yeah.
But it's a fact. I'm reading about it.
Yeah, that's pretty funny, dude.
Shih Tzus.
My wife just said, did you know, fun fact for the day, guys, did you know that Shih Tzus are closer to the wolf family than most any other dogs? Pretty wild. Shih Tzus. 159.66. That gives us a little bit of wiggle room. Let's get to this one here. 158.70 is a little bit better. 158.70. Okay. And the trick is
don't
to be
pet them at the Shih Tzu. I learned that one the hard way.
Do not.
Wouldn't Akita be closer to wolf?
When you say closer, are you saying closer than a Shih Tzu?
Like more like a wolf.
Well, I don't know. It said most breeds. I'm sure there's other breeds that are obviously closer than a Shih Tzu is, but the DNA structure of a Shih Tzu, in other words, has so much wolf DNA in it that it's surprisingly higher than most other breeds as far as closer to wolves.
Oh,
but
gotcha.
that could be the case where an Akita or a German Shepherd or something is more wolf than a Shih Tzu. But yeah, that's crazy as fuck.
Share more DNA with wolves than most other dog breeds.
Yeah, exactly. So they could have more DNA in them than 99% of the breeds out there, which is fucking nutty. I mean, even 60% would be most, but. So this is a nice little.
I just got home. I'm roboting, and my phone is burning my hand. So I'm gonna go get on the actual computer, and I'll see y'all in a minute.
Yes, sir.
Hey, put your Android down. Would you have to switch phones, right? I mean, I'll see you later.
So 162 on the nose hit. I definitely like the hold on that. So I'm gonna go ahead and wait for 2 minutes and 30 seconds to see if we get our confirmation on that hold. If we do get that confirmation, then I will open up a long here. However, if we do not close this candle above 162, then I will be more patient and wait for a better entry. Because I still think that we'll test this area, this 161.80. If we can't hold the 162, I do believe we'll have to come back and test this. And so we are getting something kind of the same, right? So lower high, lower high, lower high. So far, lower high. We want to see that breach back above that 163.05 area. And that would be potentially getting us out of that lower high pocket that we're in currently. Yeah, I love Huskies too, Mr. Cruz. I want to get a Husky boxer so fucking bad, man. That's like my dream dog, by the way. We might have missed our entry there, guys, being a little bit too cautious. But, hey, when we take live trades, we got to be cautious. Go out to be cautious. We got a minute left on this candle. It looks like we should be holding the 162 level pretty easy.
She's so funny. She gives her dog her stones. Her dog's mad.
Tree?
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
Her dog's
That
mad.
is hilarious.
Wants more.
And we're getting a reject on that 162.52. So we got to be a little bit careful here because it is getting lower highs each curl, 50-cent increments. You see we got your 164.50, the first one. Close that 164-ish. Comes up for the 163.50. Rejects it. Comes up to the 163. Rejects it. Now we're coming up to the 162.50. We want to see a close over that so that we don't get that same pattern. And it is very close for comfort. So we did get our confirmation to go long. I'm going to wait to see if we can get a little bit of a pullback. Again, I'd like to see this zone be my entry for the pop. But this might be as close as we can get it. So let's see what is popping. 162 is definitely holding so far. I'm going to go a half position for now, just in case I get an opportunity to fill it at a little bit of a lower area. We want to see a break over this 163. Or if we do come back down to test that 162 area, once again, I don't mind adding another half position to fill that full position in. We got this 163.01 to come back off of. Same difference here. Okay. Yeah, I like Pomskis. I like Pomskis too, but I think they're just small. If you look up a boxer
Some
husky, holy
big,
shit.
To be honest with you.
Really?
Yeah, because you just never know. It'll be like medium size, you know?
Absolutely.
Pomskis are pretty.
I like
I like
it.
the ones that have the short hair that take after the husky more than the Pomeranian. Prefer.
Yeah, me too.
They look like a puppy husky forever. They're so cute.
I like that too. And while we're waiting for this price action to go, man, check out Lotto though, huh? We got a new uptrend starting to form. It reclaimed our 400K, obviously, for the past couple of days. It is now obviously hitting our mean. I say this is huge because this was our bottom back in the day, right? And now in the past month, we're actually up, believe it or not, in the past month, even with this horrifying selling pressure that we've actually had. A reclaim of this mean right here and a retest of this, top part of the channel And we saw what happened last time we broke out. We got a nice little push. So we'll see what's going on, man. It looks pretty healthy so far. Looks pretty healthy. And it's not that much buying pressure to top it all off. It's just a matter of our liquidity pool being half Solana. So when you see an uptick in Solana by 20 bucks a share, you see a 15% increase on the day. And again, that's just with about $1,100 in buying pressure. That's not that crazy. Net $800 or so. But that's what we mean when we're like, dude, if Solana gets to all-time highs again, bro, just imagine where our beloved Lotto goes, right? It's not rocket science to think that it would be a pretty wild move. So we got a nice little pop here to the 163, which is what we were looking for. That's our first trim zone. We're up 4.3% with the fees, which is not very high, but as always, 2%, 1.5%. Let's see if we can get a bust through. Not got to stick to what we do. You know what? We only had a half a position fill in this one, right? Yeah. So we don't have to trim on our first level, although we can. We don't have to necessarily. We didn't get our extra fill here. So 163.24 is the real zone we're going to come up to test. That'll be our first shake, would be 136, little break over 136. I should have had these already prepped for us, guys, but I got distracted with our beloved Lotto. Up 2% on the play so far, up 3% on the play so far. Without fees, we're up almost 10%, man. So so far, not a bad trade. We just want to see a break over that 163 to really turn this trade into something worth value, especially considering we went in with a half a position based on a potential ad that would come in. So we have a reject of 163 so far. We'll see what this 5-minute candle does.
I want to see what you're doing on that website. Show me what you're working on. Like how far you are and stuff. I promise I won't show you. I won't even tell him. By the way, girl, I can't find my motion.
I love how she's like whispering as if you guys wouldn't be able to hear her. By the way, guys, I don't know if you can hear me from way over here, but
You can hear her whispering?
of course, bro. This mic picks it all of it up. Look at LOL. Look at these fucking cracking
Oh
up.
my god, I'm just whispering.
All right, 163.12. That's pretty close to our zone. So I don't mind taking a little bit of profits off the table, even though it's not the greatest so far. At these lower positions, when you're in for only a half a Solana, you got to be careful because the fees will make it not worth the trade. Like, again, if we're not in a fee, it's 12% is not a bad trade, but up 7% when you're trimming half, 25%, you're looking at a $2. That's not going to compound fast enough. So we're going to have to be a little bit patient here and hope we get an actual retest of the 163.5 so we can actually bring in some bacon. Just want to be mindful of this weekly close. It's a real weekly close, so we got to be careful with it. There's our hit. All right. Now we at least got 4% on that close portion. I don't mind that. We're up 17% on the trade. Not a bad scalp so far. Just in case we reject off of this, I want to be a little leery with the way I use this last portion. Once again, we're scalping and we want to compound fast as we can. Queue up another 25%, get it ready. We're up 17%. Again, we're looking to see if we're going to get enough momentum to push past this or if we're going to reject. And there's a reject, decent reject. So we'll come back down here, pop another 25% to be on the safe side, still up 4%. We'll confirm. And then the last portion is a bring home portion. So we only have about 44 bucks left in collateral on this trade. We can see this one through. Next trim zone will be at 164 if we can get there. So 163.80. Volume's looking nice. We'll queue it up. Again, that 163.5 should be a little pesky, so we want to get a nice momentum swing through it. And the important thing when scalping, you guys, is you don't want a green trade to turn red ever, no matter what. It's the stupidest thing you can do. You don't get greedy. You know you're going to be able to find another pocket to get in there. So I trimmed another 25%. And our last portion is still up 10%, which will queue up, which is technically an 80% plus on the last portion. And we will wait till this candle closes in 1 minute and 29 seconds, unless it loses 163. That would be a nasty rejection that will wait and maybe even get back in at the 162 range. See if we can get some more bullish activity on it here with a minute left. It's getting heavy. A little heavy for me. We'll lock in that 80% on the last portion of it. And we will look for another entry. Up 10% officially on the pull. Went from 1.25 to 1.3. And that was with just a half a Solana. We turned into a 0.505 Solana. So again, this is peanuts to an elephant. But if we keep ticking this up from 1 Sol yesterday to 1.3 today, and we continue doing this, we'll be at 2 Sol in no time. What's up, Hinch? You back in the building?
Yeah, I had to go shower, man. My bad. I've been gone all day, and I had to. That way I can stay up late night.
You are good to go, my dude. We 1 for 1 tonight. We're good.
Should I go take another shower? It looks like we had 3 green candles while I was gone.
I mean, it's only weird if it doesn't work. You feel me?
All right, I'll be back in 15.
No, we're just scalping, you know, $8 here, $15 here, $24 here, $3 here, $2 here, $2 here, $3 here, you know, but it adds up, man, if you keep picking it right.
Compounding, man, it builds up quicker than you
think.
I
mean, dude, we're up 30% in one day. Imagine doing that every fucking day, which you won't see that in 24 hours every day, but golly, if we could take that, I'd be happy.
I look at it this way, dude. People that have their 401ks would give their left arm to get 30% in a year, much less 30% a day.
That part. Straight up, dog. That shit is huge when you're on a small account too.
Absolutely.
Because pretty soon a half a position will be a whole Sol, you know, as you start to increase your position size.
Yep.
Now I want to show you guys the reject I told you about on this weekly close. You guys, I want you guys to notice a trend here. It's a reject, it's a reject, it's a reject, it's a reject. It finally did take it over, but not long enough to hold. And now look what you have. The first official comeback of that same zone, and you get your reject. Right? So usually when you have a lot of this bullish momentum, you get the profit takers that start to come in. You get the FOMO people that keep trying to keep it up. And it's very normal to see those back to reality type of moves after a big push. And what was so telling to me was that the bulls really wanted to ensure they closed it up at that 164 range. But this is why you can see when you're looking for certain things, why it's easy to get out of that position and take those profits, because it doesn't look like a lot, but from 163.65, which we pretty much top wicked the portion of our exit, we're now back to where we pretty much started from. We watched this candle close and we bought on this candle, and that's where it's at, right? I think it was 162.56 was our entry. It's at 162.59. So with fees included, we'd actually be red right now if we didn't take those profits. And so I would much rather increase that account size, take some profits, and re-enter in a position that makes more sense than to get greedy, want more, and then now I'm scared and I'm selling for a little loss. Like, no thanks. I'll take baby wins while I'm compounding, please. So we see that 162.5 is holding as support, which once again, that's what we want to see. That's strong. Nice consolidation taking place since its first pullback. If the longer we can consolidate, the higher the chances are of a more explosive move. We break above that consolidation, we see higher highs. We break below that consolidation, we're going to come and test these support levels. It's just what's going to happen. We got 2 minutes for that candle to close. Again, I really like a decent pullback before taking longs with like extra confidence to the upside. I genuinely like these pullbacks. So we'll see if we can get one more. It all adds up. Facts. Yeah, bro, she's really good, bro. This is the first time she's getting vocal now. Apparently, they have like little talkative personalities, so we'll see. It's not like that sharp bark. Like I got a corgi mixed with the Pomeranian. That motherfucker, when she barks, bro, I swear to you, bro, that shit hurts my soul, bro. It literally makes me like hurt, bro. Like for a couple seconds, where I'm like, oh man, that's uncomfortable. Like it's just so jarring. And she is a herding dog. So every time you open the door, she feels the need to like bark as loud as she can to ensure everybody hears that she's there, just in case there's some predators around. She thinks she can scare them off with her bark. So it's rough, bro. I can't take it. But so far, Parlay has been dope, bro. She sleeps in our bed, all quiet all night, damn near potty trained for the most part. She hasn't had I guess she had her first mistake in the house today. But ironically, that was when Boo was taking a nap and I was picking up the kids from school. So I would imagine if people were awake by her,
You know what?
she wouldn't have had it.
Nothing.
It's all Boo's fault, dude. That is terrible. I can't believe she's a bad puppy.
I would
Look,
Bad puppy mom.
Look, queens have to take naps, okay? We have to take naps
It's true.
sometimes.
Hey, it's true.
Queens.
It is true.
Come on.
It's true, dude. She's fucking queen. That's for damn sure.
Queen Boo.
You know, I was like, yeah, you need to be the queen. Let's see if I can get this line a little bit more in the oomph of it all.
Have you taught Parlay any tricks yet?
I got her to sit. She knows that one.
Nice.
But that's it. Nothing else. Just looking at her.
Is she getting along good with the other dogs?
Yeah. She's like so playful with them and they're like not as scared anymore. Our big dog was like mothering her from the gate, but our little dogs are like timid from her. They're like, what the fuck?
Well, she's a big puppy, so.
Yeah.
Does she do the mouthing thing where she like kind of like not bites, but like, you know, until there's certain age?
Yeah,
like,
sure, bro.
Yeah.
A little teething. Yes,
Yep.
bro. I love it. It's like my favorite.
Yeah.
Little needle bites.
Yep. Ow.
Yep, for real. You're like, oh, okay.
Dude, my dogs did it for like 6 months. They're also bird dogs, but they did it for 6 months. And at one point I was like, we're going to end. And then it just ended. It was weird.
Really?
Yeah. And then our second Brittany, she never did it because she had other dogs to like do that with. And dogs will correct other dogs quick when it comes to like when it hurts. So then they know how hard to actually do that or not do it.
That's so funny. I was like that.
Yeah, that's why they say it's not good to take puppies away from their litter mates too soon.
Absolutely.
They learn from their litter mates.
Yep.
How to play gentle and stuff like that.
Yep.
I would have actually re-entered my long here just for a quick scalp again. I had to adjust this on a 15-minute candle. You can't do an uptrend on a 5-minute, bro. It's just too much. But if you go to a 15-minute, you can see this was resistance for a long time when it lost it. Resistance, 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 resistance. Finally got the breakover. Retest support, 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 and support. So that's good to see. Notice a little trend there. I like that. This is also consolidating long enough to ensure we don't get a head and shoulders pattern. So I kind of like that, but it is getting very close. Come on, man. Show us something. Show us something. Oh yeah. Little 10% trade so far ain't too shabby. How about Tesla though, bro? Oh my god, look how creepy this is, bro. This blue little wiggly line I drew maybe a week and a half ago. Or I'll tell you, this is one day. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11 days, 10 days ago, I drew this line. After we saw this break above the trend and hold, and the next day it came out green, I was like, it's going to go, right?
Yep.
And look at this thing.
Yep.
It's so weird, bro. Look at that. That's not even the candle wick, bro. Or it is, but it's also the blue line I drew.
That's
See
crazy.
it?
Yep.
That's so eerie, bro. Look at this little guy. See it?
Dude, you're like a fortune teller. It's literally
What the
spot on.
fuck? How weird is that, dog?
Like down to the actual point.
It literally, the wick is exactly this.
You're Miss Cleo.
That's so bizarre to me. That was bizarre, dog. I was like, yo, wait, is that the wick or is that the arrow I drew? I saw that shit earlier and I was like, wow, you guys, I swear to God, go to any stream that's there. I'm not joking. Since I've been doing this 10 days ago, you'll see me draw this in the beginning of it. You don't even have to go search far. It's like the very beginning before I even started talking. I just was like, Drew, this is what Tesla's about to do. And we are eating off these. Look, they're up to 56 now.
Holy shit.
Yeah, bro, we got in right around 30. I think 38's my median. I mean, my mean. Or yeah, my median. 38, I think, right here. Up to 56. That's like fucking $1,800 each contract profit, bro. That's bananas. Bless you.
Thank you. I tried muting myself, but I almost got out of the stream. Would have been awkward.
Bro, this woman
That's
tested
hilarious.
the theory that Home Depot won't sell you rope if you're crying, and they actually refuse to sell it to her.
They won't. Home Depot will not sell you rope if you're crying.
What? I used to work at Home Depot.
Is that because
Wait,
it
you used to work there?
to hang yourself or what?
I guess so.
That's so
It's my
strange. I've
fault?
never heard
Okay, never mind.
No, we're saying, did you used to work there really?
Me?
Yeah,
No.
I worked there
Roxy.
out of high school, but I never
Is
did
that a
that.
true thing?
Home Depot like store, but it was in Wisconsin and called Menards. No one probably knows that.
Menards.
Oh my God, Menards is my favorite store of all time. Who doesn't know
For
what
real,
Menards?
I used to stock paint at Menards.
Really?
I used to water flowers too at Lowe's.
Dude,
Wait, so is this a
Lowe's,
real
yeah.
thing? Like they don't give you, you can't sell rope if someone's crying?
I guess so.
I don't
So it
know
says
about
right
that.
Here, 6.1 million people saw it, so it's not like some stupid little.
There's no
list.
community notes yet?
No community notes.
Hey, Roxy, did they have that rule when you worked there?
I don't remember it, but I wouldn't be surprised. It could be true. I don't know.
Imagine getting fired because a secret shopper came in crying and you sold them rope.
Oh, damn.
I love it.
I'm just saying, like, you know, like,
you go to do an interview at, like, say, Menards because you got fired, and they go, well,
Right.
why'd you get fired? Oh, I sold rope to a crying lady.
right.
Like, what do you mean? Yeah,
I
she was
could just
crying.
see it already. Like, all right, Brad, what's going on, dude? Rope and dope got me. What up?
Oh, rope-a-dope.
Yeah, that little freaking secret shopper and freaking guy got me, dude. I didn't realize he was crying. He was hiding his tears if he was. And I sold him rope, rope and dope me out, man.
Dude,
I
I get the
got
rope
hit
one
by-
way or another. Fuck it.
It wasn't rope, but I accidentally sold cigarettes. I worked at a gas station for a little while out of high school as well. I accidentally sold cigarettes to an underage, and a cop came in. It was a sting.
No
And
way.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
that was no accident, dude. You were hooking him up for a lifetime, man. You better stop
No,
playing.
he looked like he was 20 something, but like regardless, I should have carded him, right?
Yeah, good for
just
you.
stupid.
I just followed up with that kid, and he has emphysema now, so congrats.
Oh my God.
But no, he was like
Good for
working
you.
with the cops, and
He's got an
the
oxygen
gas
tank.
station. The gas station had to pay $2,000. I wasn't allowed to sell cigarettes for 10 years. I don't think I had a fine, but yeah, it was a whole thing. I got fired, of course, and yeah, lessons were learned that day.
Wow.
Damn.
She
That's
couldn't
rough,
even sell
dude.
cigarettes. I was giving away chewing tobacco for free.
Oh, hold up. We got some good news here by Heather, or bad news. I don't know yet. It's just long. I have a working boy that's unemployed herder. Oh, for the dogs. I was like, wait, what? Okay, totally different than any other dog I had in the past. I had to completely learn and change my way of thinking with herding dogs as a pet. Do lots of reading and absolutely teach and implement giving them consistent daily jobs and teach them words that have to do with the family. If you don't, your doggy could get so frustrated and act out, even bite. So many herders are in shelters because people aren't proactive with them. That's real.
That's real. But
That's real.
I've always had herding dogs.
Yeah.
Literally my
Luckily,
whole life.
Booze definitely has had herding dogs her whole life. In fact, we got this dog because her first dog was a corgi, purebred, and our second dog together was a Pomeranian for one of my daughters. And so we came across a Pomeranian and a fucking corgi mix, and we were like, "Yo, dude, this is meant to be."
Just like Dudley.
So we grabbed
only
it.
Small.
Yeah, it looks just like her dog Dudley, or our dog Dudley. It's just a little bit smaller, obviously, because of the Pomeranian. But yeah, dude, thank you, Heather. That's real. Yeah, it's real. It is a real thing, though. They are very active. They definitely need to feel like they got purpose. Oh, lucky doggy.
Dudley always.
What kind of herding dog do you have?
Words. He knew like
I know.
frogs, like.
He was smart as fuck.
Every word. It was crazy.
Dude, I was able to walk that dude with no leash everywhere. Main streets even, bro. Trip out when I look back, like that's so dangerous, but he was so on it. I used to just tell him, stay by daddy. And he would I can go in circles, and he'd go in circles.
Yeah.
Stayed right by my foot. Oh, we missed the pop again. Hold up. It's holding this line. Until it's not holding this line, I'm down to take it. Let me see.
What are we doing?
I mean, I want to keep going long as it's riding this uptrend.
Dude, you might as well. It looks like it's bouncing right off of it like it did last time.
Yeah, but it is getting heavier, though. It's a little different when it was going up. So we got to just be mindful. You see, when you break over it finally and you hold, and the bounces are really long and far between, you should be good. You saw a little bit of commotion here for a while before the next leg up, and that very well can happen. But we got like a wave down and a smaller wave up. Not too convinced that uptrend's going to hold any longer. I'm actually thinking maybe we wait to take longs at the key level. I just feel this whole zone for me right now is no man's land. So the only thing I'm going to do if I have the ultimate confidence is take quick scalps like we did the first time. We saw it.
Key level?
Key level
is that like 156-ish? I can't see. Sorry.
No. 160, 180 is the key level that I have above the 160 zone. And then I have a weekly close from May 20th of 2024. That's also a weekly close. I mean,
I remember we spoke about the 162 earlier. Okay.
Yep.
I just can't see that close.
I know. It's kind of weird.
Yeah, but too. Pete, these are 5-minute candles. 151, you're going to give me a heart attack.
160.
I saw it way down. I'm like, wait, what? But I could zoom in, but I'm just like, I haven't done it. Like I should do it.
I mean, we've only taken one quick scalp, you guys, and we have enough volume to play these plays, but
dude, look at
I really like high probability versus high volume.
Right.
Like trade-wise, I would rather be in a high probability, have more confidence and kind of weather the storm if there is one, rather than just a quick, buy sell. It's too exhausting to do that. You know what I mean?
For sure. I feel like patience is like the thing that pays the most. Like you take your trades, the level, blah, blah, blah. Yep. No reason to force anything. It's not going to change your outcome that much.
Yeah, it's got to be consensual, in other words. Oh, wait, sorry. What were you saying? Say 14? No, I'm playing. Oh, Border Collie and an Australian Shepherd mix? That's dope, Heather.
That's that mix is probably a dog that needs to be worked, ran for 2 hours a day minimum.
Is that basically Lassie and then an Australian Shepherd, right?
Yeah, essentially.
Yeah, that's crazy mix, I bet.
My best friend's dad had an Australian Shepherd, dude, and he would take it on he would ride his bike for 5 or 6 miles and the dog would run next to him. It would come home, drink water, and run in circles, dude, to go back out.
That's crazy.
Fire the dog out.
Damn, bro.
That was,
now
Dude,
that
like-
you guys said that, dude, my aunt had a Australian Shepherd, and that thing was whack, bro. But that's because she lived in a condo, and I know she ain't never walked that motherfucker.
well, dude, you got to let them, like, you got to live on land and let them run. Like, that's what they need to do.
Yeah, no, especially she came from she used to live in Henderson in a big ass house, bro. Like golf course. She lived in a mansion. Her husband, so my uncle-in-law, was a real estate agent in Vegas, and he actually he passed away at a young ass age. I don't remember what happened to him, but he passed away. And she basically just went downhill, you know?
Yeah.
For being honest.
You want to know what's crazy? My best friend's dad passed away when we were in college. The dog was 3 years old. They lived to be like probably 12 or 14. The dog was 3 years old. His dad passed away. He passed away 3 weeks later of literally, the vet said there's no cause for it. It
Broken
must have been a broken heart, dude.
Yeah, dude.
It just passed away.
This is why I really believe that stress kills. I believe that is the leading cause of death. I believe that when news anchors like CNN are playing a death toll that are rising in numbers so fast because of COVID, I don't think it's COVID that killed them. I think they were just straight up fucking scared shitless.
Yep.
And the amount of stress that's put on your soul at that point.
And dude, stress doesn't help your
unbelievable.
system either. So like, you know, you get sick and then you stress out and people are dying and your body just like gives up. And your mind too.
Well, that's why a lot of times if you notice like older people, if they've been married like 50, 60 years and one of them pass away, it's not too much longer than the other one does for the most part.
Dude, my grandparents were married for 1 month shy of 60 years.
Damn.
My grandma passed away a month to the day my grandpa passed away, and he refused to eat in the hospital for 2 weeks, so they had to like give him food through like IVs and stuff. And he was like he wanted to die, dude. Like he literally killed himself.
Let me go back up with my for sure,
That's
bro.
That's so sad. Oh my god.
It's so sad, bro. Yeah, this has a little bit of a different look to me, guys. You know, it's one thing to kind of come up. This one's getting very, very wedgy.
Yeah.
That same shit Mr. Chris used to get in high school, very wedgy. And
straight up the keister.
Straight keister bunnied out, dude. Let's put a trend line.
My man said keister bunny.
Keister
That's
bunny.
awesome.
You call it wedgies. We called it finger blasting. Whatever. Same thing.
A finger blasting is not a wedgie.
Pause.
Oh, it's not? Well, that's
What the fuck is that?
Second base,
That's
bro.
a conversation for a different space.
You're telling me my friends were lying to me then?
I think so, dude. I
What
think that's
is
second
that?
base, bro.
What the fuck, dude?
You don't know what a
What is
wedgie is?
No, the other thing.
I
They
think
said
that's
it's.
second
They
base, bro.
said it's fine as long as they say no homo. It's okay. And I was like, okay, it's a wedgie.
Is that like a finger in the
Dude, I don't know. I heard it on a song.
Okay, all right. So you see this wedge here? You guys see this wedge here looking pretty healthy? You see?
Yes.
Yeah,
We're gonna wait
in
for
the X, and we always know that that's a very volatile area.
Usually you get a decent move to either side, right? Egon hit it on the head. It's usually when finally something happens bigger than this little over here, right? All right.
Can you guys hear me? True.
Let me see chew again. I mean, yeah, but I can't tell it's chewing. It sounds like you're like
Only because you said it. Yeah.
Okay.
yeah,
Sorry.
I wouldn't be
I
able to
hear
tell.
a noise. Dude.
I want you guys to know it's in and out. Just so you
Oh
know.
my God.
I knew it. Yeah, I'm surprised you didn't say it
Dude, that's why
earlier.
she said, "Can you hear me if I can chew, dude?" I knew it was fuckery, dude.
She likes to fuck with you, Ghost.
You know it sucks, bro, because I didn't get to get it last time. I got it the first time. I didn't get it the last time, and I was actually kind of bummed about it, to be honest.
So I
Just
just
like
realized.
put my camera on. Oh, I'm gonna
Just
do
found
it.
out
This is
from
like
Ghost.
Don't
a
worry.
weekly ritual for us now.
Once Lotto
Make
takes
us
off.
sad with internet.
It is a weekly ritual. A ritual, yeah.
Hey,
It's
Charity.
Yeah.
We're
How long does it
like
take you
Richie Rich did. We're gonna have you have an in and out in your house, you know, and it's a fully operational restaurant from the other side for the public, but you'll also just have access to whatever from the back, so it'll work for you.
Yeah.
That's just like Lotto.
if I ever like have like a big event in my life, I'll have an In-N-Out truck outside, like catering it.
That's actually kind of cool.
Mm-hmm.
Parody's next baby, she's getting in and out for the baby shower. Ghost will be the first one there. He'll be like, I'll be there. I'll be there.
Oh, dude, if it's In-N-Out, bro, I kind of want to do that now, like at events, like birthday parties and shit. Just do a big ass catering event of In-N-Out, dude. That's kind of tight.
That'd probably
Hey,
cost
how much for you guys to park outside my house? How long? Permanently?
Yeah.
Every day.
Serious shit, dude.
And I like get an extra spread, and I just like every bite I take, I add some. 10 out of 10.
You know,
10 out
okay.
of 10.
So have you ever seen those people on TikTok, Parody, where like you just watch them eat and it's called like a mukbang? You ever see that? Does anyone know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
I feel like
It's
you
called
could
a
do
what?
that because you kind of eat your food like you are a 15-year-old teenage boy. Like 4 bites, chomping away.
Damn.
People
Shots
She's an
fired.
aspiring Nikocado avocado.
Now listen though, then you get a bunch of followers, right? And then we can just push Lotto out there for the masses to see. So
Oh yeah.
And here.
ASMR, In-N-Out, ASMR, Lotto.
Yep.
All right. Well, pitch it.
Yeah.
Getting the
You got
CEO on the line right now.
videos first, please.
Yeah. All right.
That was a compliment,
Okay,
or
does
like
this guy sound like a double animal style or regular to you?
yeah, I see that.
He's an animal.
So, at any rate, has anything changed in the last 10 years there? Do they do breakfast now or anything crazy? Or no?
No.
Same old, same old?
Oh, we're breaking above.
Gotcha.
Let's not get too excited. We got some wickage off of it too. Let's see.
Wicked. Tubular.
Wicked.
Tubular. Oh my god, you said that.
Oh, break above on the 5 minute. That is pretty bullish. Let's see a retest here, and I'll take a long on the retest. Long would be 162.70 ish.
I'm sorry, Mr. Ghost. There will be no retest. You get one chance.
Well, you might be right, to be honest. But if there's a retest, I'll play it.
All right.
Oh my god, why didn't you guys tell me I look like this? Jesus Christ.
You look like what, dude?
You look
Like
like
a-
Jesus Christ?
Like a boy. Like a
I
Oh
said,
my
I have-
God, dude.
yeah, I just told you that.
So Roxy was spot on. Okay. Yeah.
All right, there's our
What?
retest.
What?
Or was that Hinge? Somebody said she eats like a 15-year-old boy.
Yeah, I
It
did.
was-
Oh, I did not
Hinge.
say
There you
that.
go. All right, thanks, Hinge.
I would never say such a thing.
Are you trying to tell me I sound like Roxy, Egon?
Thank you, Roxy.
No,
Yes.
somebody said a phrase
I
that I
got
did
you,
not
though.
understand.
Hey, real quick, you guys. Just because I'm getting close to, I have not submitted this order. Everybody, I'm holding it on confirm. I want to see a 5 minute candle close, but this is our official retest. If you see to the line, I'm gonna take a half a position now.
Why is it still thinking though? That's weird.
It's because I didn't hit confirm now on my end, but now it's gone entirely, so I have to refresh it.
Mine never does that. I don't know why yours does.
I'm on a PC though. You ever trade on a PC?
Oh, no, that's probably why.
Okay, yeah. So on the PC, when you have to confirm, it does some different shit for sure. I'm still kind of trying to get used to it. Trying to do a half a position right now. Okay, I got it ready to hit confirm. I want to wait for this 5 minute candle to close. I don't want to jump the gun just in case it loses entirely.
Because this is a scalp, right? You said?
Yeah, I'm gonna be
Is it-
scalping.
Okay, that's why you're on the 5. Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you. I thought today was like the throwback Thursday space.
Oh shit, it's Thursday. I forgot.
Yeah. Oh well.
Well, we kind of dropped the bizzle on that one.
Well, that's no
Thanks
good.
for
You
Lava
can't,
went
you
crazy.
can't trade live
so, like,
over
we
audio.
Yeah.
We gotta
So I went
decompress.
Mm-hmm.
We got 2 minutes before the candle closes. I want to make sure it's not a deviation. That's why I'm just simply waiting for the candle to close. Because if we close back in this realm, I'll wait a little longer to get a better entry towards the bottom end, if so. Dos más minutos.
2 minutos más a la chancleta.
Ah, no mames, lo siento.
No mames.
Yo estudié en una escuela para 2 años, pero muy mal. Mi español mal.
Yo también.
It's words back. It's backwards.
It's words back.
It's words back. You saw that? It's words back. I knew you'd like that, Egon. That was a fire ass one. It's words back.
I wish you guys could see how my son eats his burger. He enjoys it more than I do.
Does he?
Yeah.
I wish you guys can see how my wife eats burgers, bro. She uses 2 hands like a fucking rodent. She literally palms it with 2 hands like a rodent. Because like her palms are touching it, dude. Like her palms are touching the burger. I'm like, what are you holding it like that for, dude? Your hands are not that small.
Dude, palming the burger, that's borderline psychotic.
Serial killer shit, bro. Yes,
Serial killer. Mass murder. Not quite there,
it's
but
so
close.
good. Look, he's so sincere. Let's go.
3 seconds.
Uh-oh, dude, it's going, man.
It
He's
is.
like, this is how my burger.
I
Oh,
got in
nice.
at 162.67.
Nice.
Good shit. We got 20 seconds left. I always wait for confirmation, you guys. I would rather get a little bit worse of an entry and have the confidence to know it's doing that than jump the gun a little too soon at times, and then it just reverses course super quick. It's, it's very common to get trapped in one of those types of plays. Especially in this area, we have huge resistance at 163.24 that we have yet to be able to break over since hitting it. So I want to make sure. Oh, this is so annoying. It did it to me again where I got to refresh it again, really.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
I hate that about this, guys. I like charting on this better than this.
Do you not have the option to let it auto? Or I forget what it's referred to as, but like it doesn't ask me to confirm.
It does when I refresh a screen like that. So now that I refresh the screen, 159, give me 1 second, 159, 160.40. Come on, dude. This would have been our first clip, to be quite honest, but it is what it is. We have our rejection off of here anyways.
Wait, so it didn't process your order? Sorry, I wasn't paying
No,
attention.
I didn't process it. It didn't process. It
Oh,
was
that's
still
annoying.
Yeah, it's all good. I mean,
Is
it's
it
all
a
good.
web issue?
No, it's when I go to this screen, and then I
Uh-huh.
come back, it refreshes. See how it comes up like that?
Uh-huh.
And then I have to click this and put in the password one time, and then every other time it's just a click and play. But if I click on this and I don't confirm my trade, it'll sit here submitting. I go to here. When I come back, that's gone now, and I have no way to unsubmit it. It's just in La La Land.
Dude, that's odd. Yeah.
Yeah, pretty whack, to be honest. But
You should not right now, not online, like at your own time if you'd like. Try like Axiom for the perps. It might work better when you're like doing the live trading.
I
And
think
you
I'm
can
gonna just do
do
a split screen,
mm-hmm.
like where I can have
Yeah,
this
that
one for
too.
starting and that one for just execution.
Mm-hmm.
So we have our
Not so much
rejection
back
off
and
of
forth.
this now. I'm gonna go ahead and take a small starter pack. Give me 1 second. Oh, that's why. Jesus, man. I was like, why does this look so different than this other one? Still got our wedge.
Planters right here.
Yeah, I like it. Oops. Jesus. I'm doing a half a position. I would like to load more if I get the opportunity to. Probably 162.80 would be my ad zone if it comes down to. If not, my next trim is going to be, got top wick here, 163. So we got 163.40-ish is going to be our first reduction. Second reduction, it's going to be at the top of this wick, essentially 163.70-ish. And then third reduction, 163.95-ish. I'll keep the rest just in case we get a test of high of day. We could have got a little bit of a better entry, obviously, so it's a little bit whack, but it is what it is, you know? We'd be up about 6% without fees, so we're in the right direction. Want to get to that 163.5 at least. We're going to get some consolidation, so these moves got to be quick, guys. You can see we were at 600 volume, and it's starting to slow down. Most people made their buku amount of money all day today. Would love to see a 163.50 test one more time. Getting close. Should put us green now. Officially, we're green. Volume started to pick up a little bit. It needs a little bit of a pop here. Really? Damn. It's like the middle of the week. Shit. Okay, we want to see a 163 hold regardless, and that's our ad zone anyway. 163. The last time we had two 5-minute candles close above the 163, we did hit high a day. So hopefully we can get the same kind of traction. We'll see how it plays out. Okay, there's our first little volume increase. First one hit target. It's not much, 2%. We're up 6% on the trade. That's whack as fuck, but hey, fees are a real thing. So what can you do? Here's our test of this top wick. We want to get above. There's the test of it. About a penny above it. So we'll see if we can get some more momentum to push above. Up about 6% on the position. Once again, very light. If we got filled where we wanted to get filled, we'd be up probably a good 10, 15 right now, but it's okay. Still want to see a bigger push either way.
I'm up 16%.
Good shit, dude. Yay. That's about right, yeah. 10, 15%.
Let's go, Roxy. Good for you.
Mm-hmm. Man. You were on that. There's
a helicopter just sitting there, slowly creeping this way. They're just sitting still.
Yeah, keep pointing at it. Maybe it'll come over here and say hi.
I hate that. I hate that. I got really comfortable just now.
I am optimistic.
Wave at him too. Wave at him too.
I'm gonna use my laser
Get
pointer,
it.
my cat toy.
Yeah, just get a white Oh no, that's a terrible idea, Boo. Don't even joke.
You know?
Yeah.
Put it. Maybe use the sidewalk chalk. Put SOS on the ground.
People will show up to your house, guaranteed, if you do that.
Jesus. All right, we need some volume to kind of come up and pop this through this area, this little pesky area, because we did have a pretty decent rejection off that 163.60.
Donde está mi wedge? Psych, I can see it in my brain.
Up 6%. Let's get a little pop. Come on. One more little pop. Get us up to like that 163.70-ish. Here it is. Here it is. Come on. You want it. You know you want it. There's the 163.1636. Come on. We need a little pop past that. It's getting a little bit delayed here.
No joke. When I'm like in a
There it is.
situation like this and I need a little pop, like I think of the kid that's like blowing out the screen, you know, like go up, go up. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Sure, dude. Yeah, dude, for sure. My boy comes over and he pushes his finger underneath at my screen. He's like, go on, a little bit of up, a little up, you know? We all do it. Dude. It's so funny, you know? It's so real. I think everyone does it. So we took another little chip off the block. We got 44 in collateral left in this position, which is 69% profits, the remaining portion. I still don't like the heaviness at this area. We are getting higher lows, which is still good, but we've had a very hard time getting that higher high. So I really want to get some more momentum on these back tests to continue to have the continuation that you're going to see. But if it's super slow to get there, it's going to be hard to keep that momentum up without seeing, you know, again, a lower high each time. So when you get the wedge breakout, you should start to get the higher back test on it, which is everything's aligned so far perfectly. We just could have gotten a little bit of a better entry. So that might have been the only push we can get. We got to see how this 5-minute candle closes. We can't let this one go red once again. So we got to have our finger ready to go on 100% scale out to ensure we don't let it go red. We're up 6.5%. 4.8, and if we don't get our pop, we got to get up out of her. That's it. 3.84%, 2.16%, 199, and filled at 199. Let's see what the fuck that one did for us. Nothing but a 0.02. We got our fees back. Yeah, let's go, guys. Again, you guys, I'm being extremely conservative. There's really only one way to play this when you're trying to get these pops. You're trying to hit this momentum. We could have gotten a better fill, and we would have made more, like Roxy, prime examples, in a better position.
I closed mine out as soon as that little red candles came out. I was like, nah, I'm good. I'm playing with a lot less money, though, too. I have to be really careful.
Yeah, I mean, the littler the money, the more tight you got to really kind of play to get that compounding going. I mean, it sounds so dumb and so pointless, but like we're up 32.5% in 24 hours. And we've only played scalps. We didn't even get a chance to keep any of our runners and play any of that crazy move that we saw today with this account, you know? So you just want to make sure you keep that in mind when you're growing accounts, bro. Trust me, you'll graduate. You'll be able to play with the big dogs once your shit starts growing. You'll be able to do so. But to let a green trade turn red in this environment when you're starting off with a tiny position is so counterproductive. It'll make it not fun to do. It's supposed to be what we call the boring zone. It should be very, very boring. You should be playing quick pops. You know, it's a pretty simple scenario, dude. You can tell when it starts to get faded out, just like you can tell when it starts to get faded out. Like, you're kind of just waiting for that kind of information to be set. I want to see a retest of 163 hold, and then I don't even mind getting back in the position. Like, I'll play the same fucking position 3 times if I had to, getting 0.02s and 0.5s and 0.05s all day, bro, because pretty soon we'll be at 1.5 sold. And if we're in any of the ones that give us a huge pop, that's when we'll see the gains that much quicker. So here's our retest of that weekly close. We'll see how it reacts to this. And you can kind of see that it's not very close, but the high of this candle was 163.65, and this one was 163.66. So it's definitely a penny higher, but that's not enough of a curl back for me to be too excited about. So we'll see. Our next zone that we got to retrace and reclaim to get higher highs is all the way back here, man, and it's over the 164 mark, 164.37. It ain't gonna be easy, but this is definitely what you want to see. You want to see a wick back above to hold a key level, which in this case is our weekly close. 1 minute, 25 seconds for the candle to close. So we already lost this wedge. It broke out. It's done. We'll remove it for now. And we'll adjust our wedge. Trim. This is why I take profits, though. I'd rather get a re-entry. I think it's below our entry at this point. You see what I mean? Very similar. Walk up, slapped. Curl, walk up, slapped. Still got 30 seconds, but let's see how this candle closes. See, that's strong. It's really strong right there. Very strong way to reclaim that level. 17 seconds left. You might get a nice little run with that. Look at that little bad boy.
Look at that. A very low sell volume, too. That was strong.
You said low what?
Low sell volume.
Where you see that?
The volume at the bottom of the screen.
You talking about this?
Yeah. Like, look how much of the wick that pushed up, right, to close versus the one before that with all the buying power, and it was still
volume. This is just volume in general, though.
Correct.
It's only red because it's
Oh, because it closed red?
Yeah. So this is volume in general. It won't tell you. There was more selling volume than buying volume, which is why it's red, but it's definitely lower than the last push for sure.
Egon, you're so silly. I know.
I was like, oh, I hope he doesn't think that's what it is, because this.
I for sure did.
Yeah, because you would never think it's only the sell volume in this, right? This is back and forth, back and forth, back and forth on an undecided.
Well, hold on. Go right there. The one. Yeah, no, I'm just being a crackhead. That's fine.
You can see, you see how this is a small range, but it's indecisive and a shit ton of volume. So buys and sells were very close, hence why it's an indecisive, right? It barely moved. It came in at this price here and ended at this price. But there was more volume on this than probably these last 15, 20 minutes combined.
All combined, yeah.
Right? So low volume in general, but yes, and yes.
Okay, thank you, sir.
You're welcome, sir.
Look at that, high or low. Still
What's up, Massimo?
Hey, my ninja.
Yeah, I'm going to take a quick scalp on the short here, actually. I'm going to play this down to the bottom of the wedge. We're going to go 164.56, so we can go a little higher. Come on, hurry up. 165. I'm just doing another opposite route scalp. A little dangerous, but it's a scalp, so it's okay. If it reclaims this on the 5 minute and closes above, I'll get out. But if we do see a close below here, we can maybe come back and test this bottom wedge. So that's essentially where I'm trying to scalp to. With the strong wick on the bottom, it's a little bit dangerous, so please be careful. If you're taking this trade, you better believe we're exiting if we get a reach around over this little 1 63.56 or whatever that is, 66. This is just to see if we lose this level and reclaim the bottom of the wedge. So you can see I'm just trying to play it to this bottom end. A break out above, I'm out with the quickness. I'll take a first loss in fucking 10 trades. I don't care. 163.66, so a higher high, I'm out. 163.67. We got 1 minute and 11 seconds to see how that one closes. Still got a minute. It's still noise. It's still noise. So I'm trying to see, is this going to be a deviation to the upside or is this a fucking breakout to the upside? We got 30 seconds left. That bottom wick was too strong, to be quite honest with you. 20 seconds. $11 seconds. Oh. Almost fucked up right there. 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, we're in high alert mode because we did get a break over and a hold. I do not want higher highs or I take an L in this position. No big deal. We got to queue it up just in case. If it's no higher high, we can hold through it. You got anything to drink over there? Nothing?
No, nothing. You don't want that? Nothing. I got nothing.
Sheesh.
Do you want me to go in and grab you
Still no.
something?
Yeah,
What do you
please.
want?
I don't care. It could be water for all I care.
Do you want a bubbly or a regular water or?
I'll just do a regular water.
Regular water.
Yeah, thanks, baby.
I want to bring that case of water out here. So when you remember, can you bring it out?
Yes, I can. So we got our first indecisive on the uptick. We'll see if we can get that downside pull that we're looking for. This is very, very tight right now. But I'm looking for one of these bad boys. Just for that test of that channel right here. I want this. Just one of these right here. One of these right here. So you pull it down. Like that. Just a little. That's it. Just a little. All right, we green yet? No, we're still red. Come on, man. These fees are gross, dog. I'm going to start exploring other platforms just to make sure. I think Arn and Roxy are selling me on the idea of doing it.
Is it Axiom?
I don't know what the name of it was, to be honest. I don't remember.
What did I do?
Which platform you're using for the perps?
I use Jupiter.
Yeah, Ghost.
Weren't you talking about a different platform today or yesterday or something?
He said
I think you're
Soulflare.
talking about Orn. He uses BTCC or whatever it is.
Yeah, that's it. That was it.
Mhm.
BTCC.
So that one or
no.
Axiom is good too, and it has like you can do like reflection wallets for perpetuals as well.
What's dope? Okay, we're still a little bit in the red with fees. Without fees, we're up about 5%. So far it's doing what we thought. We need a little bit more of a drawback below this area here. Like a 163 needs to get lost. It's trying to hold 163. These bulls are active as shit tonight. We got to be careful on scalps, man. They are active, like wicking off shit. You know what I mean? If we can get past this wick here and lose 163 in this next minute and a half, we definitely can get our retest we're looking for, but we got to see that. On this one, it's looking healthy from our weekly close of May 20th. We should for sure get a drawback. A couple candles in. We got our new trend reject. And we just need to test this uptrend one more time. There we go. Come on, bad boy. No.
I just grabbed it. It wasn't that heavy.
Oh, okay. Holding 163 strong, guys. Like really strong. 28 seconds left. If the bulls pop this one up, man. This is a 15-minute candle at that. So this is the one to watch right here. 15-minute candle ends in 7 seconds. 4 seconds.
Baby shark, no.
Ooh, they tried to push it down. You saw that? Those bears tried to get in that. Let's go. I seen them. Man, that's a lot of movement to be down still because of fees, guys. Like, seriously, we entered here and we got all of this and we're still down. Oh, we're up finally. All right, 160. Really? These bears, I mean, these bulls want bad, bro. They want 163. Wow. You see that? They want it bad, bro. That's crazy.
What was your leverage on that?
63.
Oh, okay. Makes sense for the fee.
Yeah, I mean, I still went on the daily high for my leverage with the dollar to spare. I would never let it get that high, to be honest with you. I'd cut this bitch if it got a higher high right here, which it looks like it definitely wants, to be quite honest. See it? That 163 is just holding like a champ. And you go on a 15-minute, we might get a little.
Oh, I see that. That looks kind of
bullish. What you mean? It looks kind of nut. That's bullish. Bullish. We're still on higher lows. You feel me? It's still noise though. We got in right here, and we haven't lost this base or topped this base. So I'll hold until it does one of those two.
And that candle just started, right? There's 13 minutes
Yeah,
left.
it just started.
Okay.
Yeah, it's on a 15 just to show you a 15, but on a 5-minute, we got 3 minutes left. So here's your push. This is the zone right here. If it gets
Well, it's
above
already
that,
larger than the prior.
yep. Yes, indeed. It wants to. Where'd my shit go? Oh, shit. That shit fucked me up. Did you see that?
Yeah.
We just don't want to get higher than 163.63. I'll keep it as long as it doesn't get above that because we're definitely getting heavier. You know, lower high, lower high, lower high. Arguably, you know, even.
Yeah.
It's getting heavy. I want to see I want to see it through. Again, as long as we don't take out this higher high, because we did just take out the lower low here too. So it's definitely getting heavy. You can see it's sloping. I still think we test this range right here. I just don't want to test it all the way the fuck over here because it's not enough. You know, we got to test it within the next like 5-10 minutes for it to be a profitable trade. Still downward. We all right. We all right. And we did a half a position at that too, so it won't kill us either way. Bulls were holding that 163 super strong, but for how long is my whole question. We're almost back at our entry at this point. Oh, the days of live trading. Who would think? Trader Max in the building. Miss you, bro. Come on up here if you're free, dog. I'd love to have you up here. Oh, I got you. I got you, Heather. A little little like that. Get the little now. I got you. Look. It's so funny because everybody does it, bro. I ain't met a single trader that doesn't think they got a little bit of control when they do the little some way or another, bro. We are pretty much even with our fee, up 8% without it. Oh, we're finally getting green. All right, here's our draw. Okay, come on. Let's get this retest down here so we can
when I need a candle to go the way I want, I usually look away from it because I feel like if I stare at it, it's gonna go the opposite.
I've actually done that before too, right? Yep. But it's not always like that for me. Sometimes I'm like, oh, dude, every time I look, it's like I want it to happen so bad it won't happen. I'm gonna go walk away. I'm gonna go to the bathroom. I come back and I'm like, yeah, see, those are the days I'll stay away from looking.
Yeah.
All right, where are we at? 7%. We're getting there. Come on, we're getting there. 7%. What's this level here? 163 was lost. That's good sign. Can we get down and tap or what? Can we tap? I'm gonna tell you right now, if we tap here with strength, like to the downside, like a then we could really come fuck around and get down to the 162. That would be a really nice one right there. Because we haven't broke this uptrend in a long time, bro. Oh, don't you dare. Where did I just move it from? Fuck. Okay, I put it back for the most part. There it is. We got our test, y'all. You see how that works? Up 12%. We'll close 25% out. Just in case it wants to bounce hard off that zone. That was what we were trading. So we're going to go a little bit heavier and trim 50% of that bad boy. We are up. Oh, look at it go. Love it. 50% out. 18% up on that one. You saw that one took a little bit of patience. But there we go. We got our first one. We got a little bit of runners, man. I'm telling you, if we can really break with strength, like I was saying, we could really touch that 162 right there. It's a good trade. Look at it, 22%. I'll take it. We have 36 left in collateral, 29 left in collateral. All right, we'll close 25%. I mean, that's the trade for me. I'm closing 100% to preserve our capital, which that last piece was 83.93% on that last little profit clip. You like that, guys? $1.4 up 40%. Once again, we're avoiding a lot of fuckery by getting out of our trades and not being greedy because we knew it could wick, right? We called that. Just in case you want to try and preserve that. So I feel like we just got out of that top wick, top wick. I mean, come on, man. We're still undefeated, y'all.
That was seconds away. And yeah, we are undefeated.
Seconds away, and our history is getting chunkier by the trade. See that? Green wasabi. All right.
Not much B was I with you.
Trader Max said yellow. Not red or green, just yellow. Or are you saying yellow like hello? Because that's a big difference. Thank you, my guy. Coming from the trader himself is always the beneficial thing to hear, man. My man. And you guys remember the one thing I always say too, you know, we made our trade, it was successful. You never look back and say, oh, I could have held longer. Oh, what this shit does is none of our business now. Now we're going to wait to see what the next trade is. It's irrelevant, everything else. It's irrelevant. Where's all my fucking crowd over here? Where's fucking Parody and Hinchat, dude? You guys just hanging up out here or what, dude?
Yeah, guys, we're here. Yeah, me too. That's crazy. Yo, no lie though. It might just be us.
He's the best co-host, yet they're never up here.
Oh,
I'm here, but my kids are losing their mind.
Well, that's it. That's a good enough excuse to be on mute.
I mean, I can like put her on. Yeah, he's fired.
He's fired.
I was gonna drop some slurs.
He's fucking saying.
I thought it was her.
Thank you, Roxy.
Wow.
Do it.
You're
Hey, for those of you tuned in, man, we got 392 in the building. We are taking a one soul challenge. And we're going to try and flip this and flip this and flip this and flip this. We're up 40%, a little over 40% since starting this yesterday. We had to restart our soul challenge because on air, I got ganked. Someone took a Solana out of my wallet on air. Very weird. Very weird. I know. Egon didn't believe it. I didn't believe it.
I still don't believe it. That can't have happened. Nobody just took it up and out of your wallet.
I mean,
it was
we saw
me.
it.
I stole
We
it.
saw it on air. Shit said 1.16 and flipped over 1 second later, 0.16. No trades open, nothing. I was weird as fuck, bro. Never seen it before. But yeah, that's what we're doing. We're trying to take this soul and flip it by being conservative, compounding our gains, finding scalps, intraday trading it real quick sticking moves until we can build this position size up to a larger amount so we can start doing heavier position sizes than this, half a soul that we're doing right now. And in some cases up to a 0.8 and a 1.0 soul. But yeah, 393 of you guys are actually tuned in right now across the 3 platforms. I appreciate you guys very much. YouTube, Twitch, and X, of course. If you guys can do us a solid and engage, I should say, with whatever platform you're on. If it's on YouTube, hit it with the live reply or comment or whatnot. Like it, thumbs it up, all that fun stuff. If you're on Twitch, the same. And if you're on X, man, make sure you give it a repost. Maybe you can even quote it and say Ghost is literally undefeated so you can try and jinx me. Just tell them undefeated dude is trading. He's still undefeated. Like never seen the kid lose. And maybe they'll want to join, dude. And then they'll see, of course, our beloved Lotto and be like, hey, they're breaking over the mean. This is exciting times. You know what I mean? Who knows? Who knows? Who knows? Nobody knows. It's provocative.
Nobody knows.
There's a retest of the downside of the wedge now for the first time, guys. So this is where that 161.80 looks like it's imminent. I'm not going to take a short now because we've already just one rule of thumb for myself. If I'm already seeing this big of a pullback, I don't necessarily like to chase. I would rather wait for either a retest of this breaking, this broken zone, or maybe even come down here and give me a little bit of a better setup than to just try and ride this down. We did the trade. We jumped in around this level. We popped it to this bottom of the trend line. We did exactly what we wanted to. We closed out our position, and we're going to wait to go either long or short based on what the chart and information tells us. However, had I missed this trade, yes, this is one I would have waited for, would have been an uptrend retest that was broken in order to get more downside. So probability wise, we should see a test of that 161.80. At least 162 level should be retested, because this is not a hard enough retest for me without getting higher highs to feel too confident about it. We are in an uptrend, so don't always think you got to fucking go short every time when you're in an uptrend. It's very dangerous behavior. We're still getting higher lows, like no matter what, even though it's not necessarily on this little whack ass line, it's still getting higher lows, guys. So be very careful with chasing. Over trading is probably the worst thing you can do. If you don't have the perfect setup, dude, just wait. If you can't identify what you're seeing, wait. You like that? Hey, I miss those days though. Ghost always wins, Trader Max. Tell him, my man. Come up here if you're not busy, bro. I'd love to have you up here, dog. I don't know if you just putting the kids to sleep or what, dude. They're too grown to be getting put to sleep, though. I know Quentin, he don't need you to put him to bed no more.
We're not tired of winning yet.
Quentin's going to be the one putting you to sleep here soon if you don't get your ass up here.
Hey, if you all want to win with us, I just put out a post with BTCC and my referral link, because this thing does allow copy trading. But if you want to follow along with what Ghost is doing without risking your own capital and getting familiar with a type of trading platform, I haven't used BTCC. I set it up. Arn sent me his, referral, but it allows you to use something called demo mode, which is, if you're familiar with stock and options trading, you can kind of paper trade these Solana perpetuals that we're doing here. And you can trade a bunch of stuff on there. You can do Bitcoin, Ethereum, perpetuals, whatever you want, but it's fake money. And you don't have to use your own money. Believe me, the app will try and get you to deposit money and do stuff. Don't pay attention. But I put the link there for you guys. Easy access. Download it. Demo mode. And you can follow along. See if it's for you.
I love that, dude. Good shit.
Mm-hmm. I tagged you in it too, so you can see it if you need a link to it, etc.
Appreciate you. Dude, look at how long this trend line goes, dude. You guys, this is insane. Look at this. It broke it. It retested. Not quite, but it definitely retested it here.
It hit the psych level on that, not quite.
Yeah. Huge, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then you have this retest. Can't reclaim it. Then you have another almost retest. Then you finally get a retest with a hard rejection until voila. And now you get your retest. Hold on the flip side, higher high, flip side, very strong holding, higher high, flip side, low, hold. It's a low and behold. I want to watch this 15-minute candle to see if it's a deviation, because this is the type of shit that you can see like just a green candle back up in it, and you're like, oh shit.
Right.
You don't want to get caught on that.
And remember what Ghost said when you reach the center of that X. It's like Doc Brown said in Back to the Future. You're gonna see some serious shit. One way or the other.
One way or the other.
No,
that sounded kinky though.
Get you one. It was, dude. It's very kinky, right, boo?
Right?
So kinky, right?
So kinky.
If I sing about chasing you with a sing-songy voice, it's okay. Jeez, I never thought about that until just now. I'm running the lyrics through my head, and I'm like, hey, wait a minute. You're going to get me one way or another. No, get away.
Well, that's a good thing, bro. They don't have cooties anymore. We're grown.
Oh, I didn't take it to mean a romantic thing. Oh, thank God. I was scared for a minute. I was never going to listen to music again. You saved my life, Ghost. Jeez. Give me another scare.
You know I got you, bro.
Thank you.
You know I got you, dude. You guys, I hate to say it, but this momentum is getting very heavy to me. When you're seeing a lot of craziness happen all day and you get a $20 fucking move, it's very common to see some pullback, guys. I'm just throwing it out there.
And that's exactly what happened last time we went up incredibly violently.
Yep.
And on top of it all, and I know there's a lot of people who think, hey, crypto's not like stocks, options, etc. but these two worlds are kind of merging. And what I personally have noticed in my crypto acquisitions, everything like that over the last 6-7 months, I think Parker was one of the people that I actually got the phrase from, or I had first heard it. Those weekends are for accumulating. It's just like the Friday sell-offs in the stock market. We're headed into Friday here tomorrow. So if this looks heavy, to that point, I could see it happening and not continuing to rocket through the weekend. Give us some time to cool off. Give us our healthy retests. Who knows?
I agree. And that is like one of the reasons why I believe a lot of my good stock trading friends take Fridays off. They're just like, yeah, no, Fridays are kind of whack. I don't even
Oh,
trade on
dude.
them.
I have
And
taken
Mondays are
fattest losses on Fridays because everything that worked all week just stops working on Friday. It's crazy, bro.
What word did you say before losses, though? Your what kind of losses?
Fat ass losses.
Fat ass. Got it. Okay, cool.
Trader Maxi, what's up, dog? You know what a fat ass loss is, right? When you get that fucking Friday, you have the best week of your life, and then that fat ass loss comes in. You're like, fuck, why did I even trade today? I had the greatest week and I just ruined it.
Yeah, speaking of my ex-wife, yes, absolutely fat ass losses.
Oh my god.
Take it.
Pew.
Poor Quentin.
I always think, is she listening sometimes? Because it's so
I
funny.
hope so. I hope so. I hope so.
I just love
Tigers love the bounce.
Mom, dude. I just love that it's her mom, his mom. I just loved it. And he just sits there loving it, dude. He loves you, bro. He's such a good kid. He is such a good guy, man.
I get a little worried when we're in the dojo. I don't say anything about his mom when we're in the dojo because we're on the mat, Sen, and he can hit me while we're on the mat. So I got to be careful.
Hey, at one point there will be a day, bro, where you actually have to fear him. It's gonna be a while, but there will be a day that he could put in some work, and you might have to be careful with what you say, dude.
No, I'm already there, man. I mean, it's
really
not.
Grown
He's
man
good.
strength
He's a
is
good
different.
Yeah.
Grown man strength is different, bro. We could take hits nowadays, It's like it takes a lot to phase. It's kind of like the Big Brother vibe, dude. I used to be, my big brother used to fuck me up,
Wow, I didn't know that.
And then I got
Nespresso
older and
machine
bam.
Came in pink.
Nespresso machines come in pink?
Yeah, they have a pink one. They have 8
nice.
options. Like,
Wow.
if they have
So fun.
skinny blue one, I'm gonna be really mad.
So cool. Espresso machines. Do you think we need a third one? We need a third machine, you think? Are you shopping for a
I
third
agree
coffee?
with Boo with whatever she says. Yes. She needs a big one.
Bro, I'm gonna get so angry at you.
Just look for your East Coast villa, bro.
Just go stupid in our kitchen.
Yeah.
That exact one.
This one,
Periwinkle, homie.
I like it better than plain black. You did not show me this one. I've never seen it in periwinkle, dude. You never showed this to me.
Yes, periwinkle. Oh man, old school South Philly colors. You go into a bathroom, it was either periwinkle or pink. That was it. Tile everywhere. Oh my god.
It's unbelievable what I'm dealing with, you guys. We have 2 coffee machines. Somehow she's finding herself shopping for a third. And she's literally getting mad at me because I didn't get periwinkle. When I showed it to her, she's like, that would look so stupid in our kitchen. We don't have anything else periwinkle.
I agree with her 100%. I
Right, but
totally
now
get
she
it.
wants the periwinkle.
Now
As well, I agree as well.
Yeah.
Mo,
Like,
you got-
leave her alone.
You got P-Dubs, like Parody's like, I actually agree with her. And then you got Roxy.
Yeah.
I agree with her as well. Which part do you guys agree with? The fact that
All of it.
all of it.
All
Got
of
it.
it.
Good
All of
job,
it.
guys. You guys
100%.
just passed. You guys just passed the test, Boo. You just got a friend forever, Boo. We'll fuck with you guys for life. We just passed a very, very big test. It's hoes before bros. That's what she says. No, I'm playing. No,
I
there's a
am
reversal there, too.
flattered.
Oh man. Back to that grape pop rocks, grape soda cotton candy. Oh my god, this shit is fire, man.
Did you tell them about the cotton candy that I was gonna give you to blow your nose with?
You guys, this is a true fucking story. You ready? My nose is like running one day, right? I'm like, baby, do you have any Kleenex? She's like, no, I mean, all I have is this, I guess this cotton candy. I was like, what? She realistically thought because
What?
it's cotton, that maybe it would do the trick to fucking put on my fucking nose while I was running. As if
No,
this
you're
shit,
not.
shit wouldn't fuck me up by doing that and just dissolve. Dead ass serious, like a blonde moment of like, oh, I thought buffalo chicken was buffalo.
No.
Dude, I've been there.
Literally,
I've been there. I've been there.
So bad. Funny though.
She's like, I mean, I've been eyeing it a few times. I'm like, eyeing it for what? Dude, to eat or what? Dude?
Because no, the container is round and it's white. It's white cotton candy, and from my eye, I keep thinking it's toilet paper all the time.
Right.
So every time I'm looking for tissue, I go to grab that.
No,
So-
that all of that's understandable, but to offer it as a solution
Right. That
is
was
not.
fucked
You
up. That
can't
was
dig
fucked
yourself
up.
out of that Fagoli hole.
That
That
was
was
fucked up.
really fucked up. That was.
Dude, it's like,
One
yeah,
moment.
let me wipe my ass with cotton candy.
Yeah, don't go in the bathroom. Don't go in the bathroom.
Like seriously, dude. God damn it, my finger just went in. Oh my god, bro. Cotton fucking candy as Kleenex, bro. And it made so much sense in her mind, bro. I can't even get over it, bro. I looked at her like dead serious. What the fuck did you just tell me?
He's deep in my defense.
Oh, there's another excuse. She was a fucking faded, guys.
Well, now I agree with her again. Just
Oh my god, bro. Okay, can we talk about it? Did my computer fucking freeze? Oh no, it's moving. Okay.
no, it's moving.
I was like, dude, I feel like it hasn't moved in a long time. Here's our retest. I'm about to take some more short scalps on this slow ass
Can I tell
momentum.
you what I think it's gonna do?
Oh, tell me what you think it's gonna do.
I think it's gonna go as soon as it gets to that little X, I think it's gonna go up.
This X?
Yeah. As soon as it
Well,
gets to
that's
that
gonna be
little X,
difficult
it's
to
gonna-
reclaim, but yes, if we get above this, it's going parabolic in my opinion.
So I'm right.
Well, this is what I call them. I always call them inflections. They're not, but that's just what I've always called them for whatever reason. So when I have a trend, uptrend, meeting a downtrend and support, or like this, for example, support key level plus an uptrend, and I get an X, like an intersection is what I call them. If I get that, usually, yes, the move, if it holds, is fucking crazy. Always notice that on my X's. See it? X, held. You got X, held, or broke above the X. I love those. That's like one of my favorite. It gives me a lot of confirmation and confidence because I'm like, oh yeah, dude. Got this support, got that support, you know? Yeah, I want to take this short, bro. I want to scalp one more time.
Yeah, if it conditions to that X, it's a short position, at least for a short period of time.
Right, a short scalp. I mean, look at it, dude. It's having trouble reclaiming it. I'll be patient just because that's what I'm, you know.
Well, even the wicks are adherent to it.
Yep.
Overall, even the pullbacks are all standard, so it's good. It's a good
Uh-huh.
call. What was
How
it?
you
What
been,
was
bro?
the statement? I've been doing good, man. Like everything is going to plan.
I
Not a
love
perfect
hearing
plan,
that.
but to plan.
I love hearing that.
Our Amblebot hit the affiliate system off. It's been good. Been real good. We're very excited.
2.5 is here.
Oh my God, 2.51 is coming tomorrow morning. 2.6 by the end of this coming Wednesday. We're just knocking them out, man. Module after module.
That's fucking sick, dude.
Mm-hmm.
I'm absolutely jacked about it. I've been getting prepped for the 2.5.
Mm-hmm.
I tested it out to see I love it. I like the subtle differences even in the Telegram.
Well, we couldn't make it too different, you know.
Right.
People get confused. But we're now starting to gain momentum amongst pump fund users because I'm sending people away that are pre-bonded. You know, they're like, we need something good. You come referred. So, but we're doing good.
Yeah, pre-bonding, no way, dude. They're gonna make it bond with the bot.
Yeah, exactly. What we figured out something called cross hatching. You know how like you were doing yours and all the different values that you had and crossing over. We call that cross hatching. We've coined that phrase for what we're doing, and it's been working out really well.
That's amazing, bro.
Yeah, the bot that
Yeah.
we ran on Shogun has run now for 5 days for zero loss. We've made $2.50 on less than $8 a trade at one or $5 a trade at any time. So it's doing pretty well.
What are you crying about?
It's so incredible to have a bot stay afloat, let alone make money.
Oh my god! And that's with fees.
That's fucking nuts, bro.
Yeah, and the affiliate fee. So my account actually pays somebody else for them to be a part of it. So pretty well.
That's fucking amazing. It's literally amazing, bro.
NFT marketplace is in its second movement. We're getting ready for. We did the Eternal demo the other day. Broke the shit out of it. To be honest with you.
Did you?
Leave it to me to break the shit out of stuff. Yeah. No,
Well,
I found a security violation in there, so we had to fix it and bring the team in and make it real.
Trial and error. That's how you're gonna perfect it.
Unfortunately, yeah. In this one, we wanted to wait on launching the fusion system with it, and just launch the mint and marketplace, but we decided to just hold off on a little bit and release it all at once. Since that's the true psych of it, it's the whole
I agree
the
with
fusion
that.
part of it,
I agree with that move, to be honest. Because I mean there's definitely a niche for NFT marketplace on Solana chain.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's already going to be an explosion, but the fact that there's so much more to it is an X factor that makes it all come full circle, to be honest.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? I think I'm more excited for that than anyone else,
right?
Anyone in the world.
Well, especially for you. You have a lot of play in it. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. And I'm really excited for that.
I'm not gonna lie to you, bro. I'm fucking absolutely thrilled. It's been the hardest thing in the world, just like
to be patient for it, just like that last trade of yours.
Just hanging out, bro. Not speaking too much on it, obviously. Like,
I know it's tough.
You know me, bro. I'm like
under promise.
Yeah, I for me, it's like one, I don't want to get swagger jacked. You know what I mean? Where someone takes your idea and then fucking runs with it, and now they're first to do it, right?
Yeah, they'd be hard pressed to do that one because this ain't easy. I mean, this isn't just like, oh, I want to do this and I can do it tomorrow. Let me get Cursor or one of these vibe bots to write it. It's almost impossible for that.
Absolutely,
it's pretty badass. But I get what you're saying.
Yeah, it's just like, well, you also need a fucking fat ass community, dude. Like that's badass. That's gonna even entertain some of the shit, right? So it's not like it's so easy, but at the same time, it's one of those things for me where I feel like the hardest part of containing your own excitement when you're excited for something, the hardest part of that is the closer you get. And then a lot of times you end up causing a letdown because no one's going to be as excited as you are, obviously. You feel me? It's like, come on. So you almost will cause a letdown in a sense. But if there's less hype around it, then there's no downward, it's like, it's just like this for me. Honestly, this is the best example I can give. My boy, he's like, bro, you got to see this movie. Now, I don't want to ruin it for you because for whatever reason, anytime someone tells me it's the best movie ever, I'm like, it's trash.
Yeah. And
on the flip side, when they tell me it's whatever and I go in with no expectations, I end up fucking loving it. And I'm like the only one that loved it. Right? I swear to God, bro, that couldn't be a truer statement or circumstance for crypto. It's like, I remember when we had our NFT line dropping, it was like, look, dude, some of y'all are going to be thrilled for this. Some of y'all have never even had one of these before. So you're probably going to be like, whatever about it. And some of you are going to think you fucking hate it. But until you own one of these NFTs, your first NFT ever at that, you'll never know how fucking amazing it is to have one. And then a lot of people said it to me. They're like, bro, you're so correct, bro. As soon as I got it, it's like you feel so like it's your sense of ownership. It's yours. No one else has it. You know, it's like, plus you can win the lotto with it. Plus you can fucking play poker for half off with it. Plus, right? So there's like so many perks to it on top of it. But it's just one of those things where it's like, I watch communities go, you guys are going to go crazy. You have no idea. Oh my God. And then it comes out and I hear them muttering and it's like, yeah, I mean, it's cool and all, but like who fucking likes NFTs? Like seriously, who gives a fuck?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's so weird, but it's like, that's what I noticed. So I'm always like hypersensitive about just like shutting the fuck up. Don't get excited. Let it come out. See how they respond. It's fucking bullish. There's no fucking denying it, but you can't get fucking excited every time. So I just chill.
Yeah. What they're going to be able to do with it. That's the exciting part. I was never really big on NFTs to begin with, but I've become that way, especially after meeting you and seeing the awesome designs and programs you have. And especially meeting our designer, Duffy, who is just like fucking incredible. And watching the work he's put in. And then I go, you know, I was saying to my community, hey, look, let's get this thing going. Let's get this out there. And then all of a sudden everybody's like, well, we got to sell it out in one day. Everybody had like a preconceived notion how it had to respond. And I don't like that. I think setting the market is better than expecting what the market will be.
Yeah, bro, it's fucking real. I think that's absolutely real. I think that NFTs are cool as standalones, but they're way more impactful and fun and entertaining or cool to have when you are in a position to where there's utility. I think that's where people go wrong.
Yeah.
There's no interaction. There's no utility. There's nothing to come from it. So your only hope is that the coins go up in value so much that you could eventually sell it for more money than it's worth, which, you know, that's cool and all, but I wanted an NFT that you never want to sell.
Yeah. It's well, if you want to trigger collection, if you trigger collection with utility, holy fuck!
Bro.
You got the Pokemoners, right? You got the Magic cards. You got all these things out there. If they don't have to use,
bro. Egon is like, oh my God, bro. I told him the other day, I was like, yo, slow down, dog. He just keeps buying NFTs everywhere, bro. It's like, oh, Interlink's got NFTs. I'm grabbing some. You want one? I'm like, yeah, I'll grab one. Then it's like, oh, dude, I got some more of these, and hey, I just got some of these, and I'm like, damn, bro. Like,
I see him at NFTA all the time, anonymous.
Yeah,
he stands up high. You going? Yeah,
Max. What does that A stand for?
I ain't even saying it, man. Not even gonna say it.
Anus. Just take on Roxy. That was gross, dude.
The anus. Oh, yes, it does. That's right. It's NFT anus. That's what exactly it is.
That's exactly it. Yeah, Roxy, you sounded like Ghost there for a minute.
I didn't say anything. What did I do?
I know.
It was me.
She's throwing out slurs from behind the background.
No, I was like anus, and then I was like, come on, Roxy. That was disturbing. So he's like, just kind of like go there, Roxy. Real quick, you guys, on the trading side of things, real quick. Don't forget to change your times, right? Because you see a really massively different picture at times, right? Like we were on the 5 minute, just to kind of give you a real good clip. On the 5 minute, you're like, oh, it rejected. It's time, right? And why I was a little hesitant to start the close is because, again, we got this intersection, which is a little bit higher of a probability for me on either way of it. However, I was going to be patient like always, and it's starting to kind of reclaim this area. Now, this candle hasn't closed. We still have 3 minutes, so it might very well reject it, but check it out on a 15-minute candle. Okay, it's perfect setup for the short, right? It's rejecting, but the candle still has 8 minutes and 10 seconds. I need confirmation. Then I go to a hour candle, and holy shit, that thing is getting swallowed to keep that uptrend, right? So go back and look. Again, this is a trend that we drew today that's held true for a long period of time. It lost it. Never could claim it. Never can claim it. We're talking to the penny. These wicks are to the penny, guys. I mean, that's not an accident. This is actual traders that are looking at the same kind of shit. Here, look at this reject. Look at that. But today, it finally broke over it with steam after rejecting it hard. And look at what you have. Look at this intersection. You got support from March 3rd of this year, break over. You got the trend line that we just drew, all on this intersection. And that's that explosion that you have that gave you enough energy to get past the psych level of 160. Okay. With the profit taking coming in, held. Might have lost it temporarily, came back, closed above it. Another intersection, closed right above. Triggers what? The next up. What do you have here? A test on that intersection. Look at that green wick on that intersection. That's cute, bro, because look at what it does, right? Same thing here. Lost it temporarily, but you got psych level support and the uptrend, bounced off of it, no problem. Same thing. Now we're getting tighter. We got resistance on a key level, and it closes in between, only to get out of that wedge to the break side or the upside. And the story goes on and on and on, but check it out. This is what it's doing. So you got to really zoom out sometimes. Even though we're scalping on a 5-minute, I still always go to other candles to see what I'm seeing. Like I said, we're getting heavy here. It's been 4 hours and we haven't gotten any newer highs, but we're still getting higher lows. Every red candle is a higher low. So it's important to not get too over excited when you see some shit and really wait, because this is the hour candle that closes in 5 minutes that we really want to see what time it is, because when it's done, it's going to either start below or start above. And then we can open up our 5 minutes and understand, are we going to be fucking going crazy and hit this May 24th's resistance from May of 2024 resistance? A year ago, this is where this token was having problems hitting. In 1 year, it went from 295 to 95, and it's right back to where it was a year ago.
Where's your top line drawn from, your top trend? Where's that coming from?
This one?
That coming from previous action? Yeah.
No, actually, but it's a great question. Let's check it out. Let's see if we can hit anything. It might be a little too high and aggressive, but we'll see. Yeah, no, it doesn't hit anything. 295's up here. This was literally just from intraday. Once I start forming lower highs, I always like to just put up a little trend, see if I can see any mesh. But that's funny you said that, because that's the first thing I did is I started to retrace it back down here, and I was like, holy fuck.
When you have a consolidation, when you have a consolidational network like that, where it pinches into that little triangle like that, that forces action one way or another, especially with institutional traders.
Yes.
You get a lot of retail traders, like some of the people that are watching, or me or others that do that. But to see the top line action is really important too. It is following a great trend line, and you've drawn that out perfectly. I love your psych level. So you've told people why it's a psych level, right?
Yeah.
The world of the zero is like the biggest psych level you can ever get.
It's so funny, but bro, we were getting so angry yesterday. I'm not angry, but I'm like, bro, this fucking level, man, this fucking 150 has been so ridiculous, bro.
Yeah.
And so just 2 days ago, it rejected hard, and I mean, it was slamming, right? Yesterday when it hit it, I said, you guys, this actually has a different feel today. I know we like to go back in history and play what we see, because that's what's been beautiful. But today feels a little different. So we went long at 148.50, and then we added at 148 flat, and that was it. We saw 25 minutes of green. And then the next morning I woke up and I was like, holy shit. And it was just gone.
Sweet.
Just gone. Look at that, bro. That was yesterday. We took this 148.50 and 140, or right here, 148.50 and 148 long with 63 leverage, bro. And look at what the fuck happened.
So Solana network marketing, what's happening right now is institutional networks are like SL Solana, SL Sol, that put out the ETFs. It's starting to come back out. You know, they're dumping money into liquidity slowly to beef these foundations. So this is why we've been sitting at like 140, 141, 150 area, and then back down again. And now they're starting, everybody's getting greedy. Like everybody's like, all right, I'm going to do the same thing. So now all these institutional networks are bringing in their money. And so I'm hoping that this has a very long-term value to it. But
did you hear also, though, that there's speculation about utilizing the stock market to push through transactions through the Solana network?
Oh, boy.
That's where you got the stocks now officially merging with crypto for the speed and efficiency. This is why I try and tell people, like my boys that are, weren't into crypto that now are.
Right.
I got a buddy, bro, that's the VP of wealth management for one of the biggest banks you'll ever know. And I was on Bitcoin's bumper like 5 years ago, hard.
Yeah.
And I rode it from like 18 to like 75, ended up getting out around 50. And then I didn't enter. We were just talking about it today. I didn't re-enter at the 18 again like I wanted to. But he was always very bearish on it. And then finally, things change. You have, like he says, I don't predict, I react, right? So he's like, when the president of the United States is bullish on crypto, you better fucking believe, bro.
Mhm.
You change your stance, dog. We got 1 minute left here. The Bears are very active, but we are getting a support channel here, so we got to be careful of both of them. But this is not a good thing to lose, or we get heavy and we come down to test. He goes, when the most bullish president's in here, you got to start adjusting your stance. And then he's like, I went through the wormhole of Bitcoin, bro. So at his wedding, actually on Saturday, his new wife's vows, okay, and remember, your Bitcoin is my Bitcoin. This motherfucker looks right at me, dog. And he's like, hey, he's like, motherfucker right there was on me about it, right?
Yeah.
But he was telling me, he was like, based on what the financial realm itself, bro, it's not going anywhere, dude. And more people are wanting it one way or another infused in their fucking portfolio and their holdings, bro. That's just the reality of it. So he's really big on it now officially. And he's like, what would you grab right now if you were me? And I was like, Solana. This was at like $105. He's like, really? I'm like, yeah, dude, it's the fastest network. It's the cheapest to move money on. I mean, bro, not a doubt in my mind. And he's like, damn, okay. So he's like, all right, man, I went heavy in Solana. Hope you're happy, and I'm like, shit,
Yeah.
He hit me up literally maybe 3 o'clock today. He sent me a video from his wedding first. And then he was telling me like, bro, you fucking called it. I'm like, dude, I'm trying to tell you, bro, like this shit ain't going anywhere. This is a nice short opportunity right here. This is just perfect wicks. I'm gonna once again, I'm gonna see how it reacts up here if it gets here. I don't know if it's going to be quite honest with you, but I do see how
we were so close to the center of the X. Was that a different time interval we were looking at?
Well, no, I mean
You're on the 5, yeah.
Yeah, it should be the same, right? No matter what you pick.
No, hell no, dude. What do you mean? Each candle is different. That's like, here's your hour. Look.
No, I know, but I thought everything else moved respectively. Like your lines would follow. They're not going to all of a sudden be in the middle.
No, these lines will never move. Like this intersection right here, price point of 163.24 on the right wing of that will never move necessarily, but each candle is different. So you have to think, if it starts, a 5-minute candle starts here and is ending right here, it's
right,
over
4 hours
in this one, right?
That's what I was. I guess I just
Can I
raised it incorrectly. I didn't know.
Grab you for a second. In Solana, we've noticed something called the exhaustion rule on the waves of trends. If you scroll back a little bit, you'll see that first trend line that you just hit there. Every single like 3 or 4 ups that you get, everything's 3 or 4 greens. You only have a couple of times where you'll see multiple greens, more than 3, right? So 2 and 3, and then you'll get a little pullback. 2 and 3, 4, then you'll get a pullback. They refer to that as exhaustion wave.
Yeah, it's different. The quantity I've noticed is always different. Like you'll see here, you'll get like 6 and then another 6. But you'll notice when you're like 6-1, then you get your 6-1, then you're like, all right, dude, I'm noticing that trend. That's why I like to grab shorts on green candles and longs on reds on a 5-minute, for that simple rule of thumb. I'm with you on the exhaustion. I was talking about that earlier on our first trade on the scalp we took. I said we took a long, actually. The first one I think was long. It was exhausted. It was fading. It was 3 red in a row. And I looked back. We had this 3 with the green. We had, there was one over here too. There was a couple on the backtracks, but go ahead. Tell me what you mean by this, what your version of it is, because obviously they're a little bit different always, but tell me.
Yeah, so just like you said, so you can follow, like when you have like open air, like you have go back 3 or 4, and it's not really close to either line, and it's bouncing off that line. You can almost predict with some certainty. And again, I'm a reactive trader as well. I don't pre-act. I react to everything I do with any trading that I've done. I look for that value that
with the probability, a higher probability
Yeah.
of such and such happening based on such and such.
Yes, exactly. So the more that it gets above that exhaustion area, like it's hard to predict, like 1, 2, 3, oh, and then you got a green. Oh, 1, 2, 3, then you got another red. It's when it starts to act outside of the norm, then there's volatile reaction, right?
Correct.
When you're getting those 6 in a row, if you go back to that one that had 6 in a row, you'll see like there's like heavy reaction. Like look at the volatile reaction, right? 6 in a row. Volatile reaction, but that little Doge coin or Doge candle there is the one that's telling you that, hey, the reaction may not be in the way you want.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? So
exactly,
you react, and then when it doesn't finish off like you think, then you get out, right? If it finishes off like you think, then you stay in and you keep dressing on.
So that's kind of how I do this, right? So I see 3 greens, but a rejection on that heaviness. This was our short. That's why we drew it down to this line that we played perfect.
Yeah.
For it to come all the way back. Right. But again, now you got your 4 green up at another level where you're like, all right, bro, to break through that on a 5th green, that's already a lot of fucking buying power. To continue that through that is very difficult. You're taking a short, you're happy, and you're not nervous about this. Like we entered on this candle right here, which was nerve-wracking. But I said, look, dude, it's heavy. It's not breaking through the top part of it. We're not getting newer highs. It's getting heavier. And we're still getting it pretty much at the peak of this, pullback, which we entered. And it went against us, but it never closed the candle above. So we were able to hold through all of that and once again get that test. But on a scalp, can't hold it all the way through all of that, because if it does do this, you just made a green trade turn red, which sucks. I'll never do that when I scalp. Impossible. I'll take the fucking $5 and move on before I let that shit turn red.
Your housekeeping rules are better than your trading value at any time. Like I heard you say a few times, like if it hits above here, I'm out. And it's okay if we lose. Hold no weight to it. Like, oh, now I need to trade double, twice as much to try to make up. Never chase bad money, right? Like you said.
Yes.
Yeah, bro. you could have instinctively got into a trade with that once it hit that green candle when it came underneath to test the resistance on that trend. But
this would have been a great entry because of the long wick. You would have had confidence holding it because it didn't close above. So you'd have been cool right there.
Yeah. But again, taking a slow approach, the smooth approach, this is going to effectively keep your reactions, equal each time. That not every trade needs to be a winning trade off of the start. So, I mean, I'm hearing some great stuff from this podcast.
I appreciate that, bro. So my rule of thumb is a good trade versus a bad trade is not based on the profit or the loss. Actually, a good trade for me means I had a plan and I stuck to it. Win, lose, or draw.
Yeah.
Right. So when I say I'm going to be patient, like to me, this is no man's land. So the only way I'm going to be trading this is at the peak or at the fucking base. Nothing in between. Now, where would I get in between? At the inflection point, right? This crossroad. And I said it multiple times, even though we're getting the reject and the reject and the reject and the reject and the reject. This is not enough downward pressure to make any money. I would never be green yet until this last candle. I'd finally be green with the fee. That's
barely.
just not.
I think you would have been barely. As watching the chart when you were in and the level of annoyance there. Yeah. So
I mean, bro, we entered over here.
Yeah.
We were red until like midway down this part of the
right. It's almost your action point to get out. So,
yeah.
I get it. I get it. No, that's what I was complimenting you on. Is like most retail traders that are supporting a system like this would have tried to force an entry then, and I'm glad that you didn't.
Yeah, another thing too, I realized, and I appreciate those compliments, bro. Seriously. Another thing I realized too is like people will get wicked out a lot. I used to be a victim of it. I asked one of my friends, like, when you see a green candle and you're in a short, do you like instantly feel grossed out? And he's like, oh my God, every time. I go, how often do you think you've sold your shorts when a green candle comes in? Oh, dude, all the time. And does it ever retrace back? Every time. I'm like, exactly, right? So psychologically, change your candles to black and white just to get that bad habit out of your head. Then you'll see it a little bit different, because that's what's happening to most traders is they're in this short, right? Great entry, oh my God, and they don't trim because it's fucking still negative. Then it fucking comes up and it's like, oh man, I'm out, only for it to wick down below. So then they get in. Then it goes back up, I'm out, only for it to close below. Then like, fuck, I should have got in. All right, I'm gonna get in now. Yeah, I don't like this, I'm out. And they keep fucking doing this. And they could have just waited through the noise, as I call it, for this one section. Now I have confidence depending on what it does right here. We're getting lower highs. That's a fact. And until that's not true, I'll go 5-0, 6-0, 7-0, 8-0 until it breaks. When it breaks, it's okay to take that loss because I don't already had my wins. You know, that's why I don't judge it off of profit or loss. I executed properly. I was rewarded. Cool. Yeah. I executed properly. I was not rewarded. No biggie. I will do something. If I notice a trend, I will do it every time until it fails. That will be when I take my first loss. Bro, I kid you not. We've taken 2 Sol live and turned it into only 2.65. So 35%. Yeah, 35% up on 7 days of trading. And we have no losses. See, this is where your entry gets really exciting if you're going to go short here. As long as we hold, we got 11 seconds.
Look at all those other tracks that are over there.
Yeah, and the next candle is going to most likely either start above or below, but it's going to start right in this area, and this is where that 5 minutes is going to be huge for us. So it looks like it's going to start below. There it is. It's below. We're going to queue up a short. And again, if it breaks above and rips, then obviously we're not going to push the button on the short, but we're going with lower highs here, so we can get really, really technical. 164.56. We haven't hit higher highs. We can get out before then. 165.15. We can go even a little bit more aggressive on this leverage. 164.99. And that would mean a highest of highs of all day. And bro, we're getting exhausted. So I like that look. And here's our 5-minute candle confirmation. So once this candle closes, it's going to dictate where we go. We either go up and we go long, or we go down and we go short. That's simple for me. Yeah. Take a loss, get a win, whatever it wants to do. And I always look for the backs.
Yeah. Staying true to those rules is what's going to set you apart from every other trader in the world. You know, and you know, it comes down, it's like as long as you're not reaction trading per wick and per 1 minute candles or whatever. 5 minute candles are a bit tough, but you know, longer terms like this, he's showing you some great rules. If you're watching this stuff right now, you should be taking notes everywhere. You know, everything. Well, except for that, the NFT A is anus. Don't write that one down.
That one was false. But no, because I always pay attention to this too. We got a higher high technically. A higher low technically. So even though we have lower highs, we're in a fierce ass uptrend. So I can't get too cocky with my shorts. You feel me? Because if we break above this, now what do we have? We have 3 higher highs with 3 higher lows. That starts to give me that wedge once again, where this wedge starts to open up a bit. And now you get a chance of a high HOD, a high of day test. But a rejection on this weekly close of May 20 and a close below here, oh my God, I would feel so confident going short. So confident, because we'd be below the uptrend still, even after this bullish movement, and we would have rejected a support zone, and we would have been below the downtrend if the candle closes below this. That's insanity. A strong case to go short for me, with easy ways to exit without being upset about it. If we reclaimed this area, I'd get out. No biggie. I'll take my loss. we don't reclaim this area and we continue to reject and close below this, I'm definitely still in my position. Because now it could take a while, but if it gets down to this line at some point, I'm up at least 15% because my entry is an all-star entry.
It's still a major wedge position there too, so you're going to have some volatile reaction afterwards as well.
My favorite plays, bro. So this still noise to me, right? 2 minutes. You go to a 1 minute candle and you're like, I gotta get in. I got to. Nah, bro. Fuck all that. That's noise. Watch the 15 is gonna look really pretty right now, I bet. See, we still need to slap above this 163.66 to be bullish again.
Yeah, so those bears come in, we're like, we're reclaiming it. Let's go.
Yeah. It's heavy right now, to be honest.
Yeah.
Now here's the most thank you. Here's the biggest problem I notice people make is they see this and they jump in now. Yeah. And they think they're good, but then it reclaims it and you lose.
Yeah. That's and here's that big wick again. And here it is. This
how sexy is that, dog?
Yeah.
Now again, a bear would get in, and then if it flexed back up,
you get up.
You're in position. That's it. You take your loss. I'd rather wait a minute, even if my entry is lower, to know that's what I actually got.
Now this is forming a shooting star at this point. So a lot of stuff says that the exhaustion level of that, it's a volatile moment now. So going down, going up, it doesn't matter what I predict now, but it's something about the reaction.
Shooting stars results in high probability, either a fucking fierce downside or a fucking somehow recovery on a pop. I've noticed shooting star to the upside, you usually get your up. Shooting star to the downside, you usually get your drag. Shooting star to the downside, get your drag. Now let's look at the 15-minute. Once again, reject.
Yeah, there you have a double bottom happening with that value that's on both of those.
Yeah,
that would be that it wants to form that double bottom and go up, especially at that point.
Oh, is that it? Did the candle finish?
Yeah, it did.
Ooh, and it's barely above.
Yeah, this is a reactionary trade. Yeah, not everybody has all these lines on your stuff either, so they're not following the same rule. But this is a good value. But I don't know if do you wait for this candle on your system here with this?
On my system, yeah. I would have gone long. Like if I'm trading on a better platform and I don't have to keep coming over here to trade, because I already had my short queued up. Didn't get my confirmation on the short because it closed above the X. So this is actually a long take for me, which I'd be queued up for. And I would imagine we'd get that resistance break over. But because we can't seem to close above it, I would now have to wait to lose this uptrend and this downtrend in order to take my short after all. It's can't beat them, join them mentality. My highest probability of trading is if I can't beat them, I join them versus trying to beat everyone to the punch. Yeah. I think that's the biggest mistake people make is they're like, I'm going to go long here, and if it doesn't happen, it's no big deal. I'd rather wait for the confirmation. So we're getting very close to the higher highs now. And now I wait for the pullback of a retest to go long if that's what takes place. A rejection here, close here, short, a close over here on a 5-minute.
Yeah.
I wait for, if it's up here when it closes, I wait for the pullback to test to take up. If it closes right at the line, I wait for another 5-minute to close 2 above. So I'm always about 2 above a zone. So for example, here's one 5-minute close to break through, 5-minute closed above. I can take long and I get the pop. 5-minute open. So I got the first one opening and closing above. I take it, I get the pop. Right. So that's how I would play this one here. If it opened above and closed above, I would take it for the high day test. In this case, this is exactly what I mean. Trapped ricochet. I wait for that confirmation below, not fucking on the line. Because like you said, not everyone has the same lines. What if someone's line's a little bit higher because they don't go by weight?
a trend line should never be valued to the pixel, right? Like this is what I expected to happen. So it's because it's a value of a like a band, if you will. It's a zone, not a line.
Exactly.
So when you get something that clearly would close or over a line or a band or a zone, then that would predicate it. But I'm surprised that cell wick isn't happening on the previous candle, but I was pretty sure that this was
this one.
Something. Yeah, I felt like that could have been. If I was to predict, I probably would have done a sell at that particular point, only because.
Yeah, I mean, dude, you get the reject.
Yeah.
At a key level like that is phenomenal. Now I got 146 left. If we close anything below here, I'm now below the X.
Yeah.
I'm comfortably taking a short, and that's not enough to be like, oh, but I could have got in right here instead of here. Like, yeah, of course, but at least I have my confirmation and know my probability is high of it testing now. At least this area.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
I love it. Yeah.
15-minute, we have our. It's crazy how on point that is, though. Also, I notice when I'm trading on my own, I don't mind being a little bit more, I guess, risky in a sense, where it's like, all right, I don't mind taking a stab.
Right.
But when I'm actually trading in front of people that I'm trying to teach, like I'm very stern, because I think that's the edge that people get is essentially from screen time. Like the more you play with shit, the more you start to identify this is a hard resistance. This is a uptrend reject, which we can go back for a while and see that it's playing off that line very, very easily to call. And until that changes, there's no point in not playing it. Yeah. Today was a day though where you saw Solana go $20 fucking up, dude, in one day. Did you see the daily candle on this shit yet or no? Bro, this is a fucking daily candle, bro.
Jesus Christ.
On Solana, bro. You see what I mean?
Yeah.
So now tell me you're gonna short shit with comfort, right? Right. Yeah. Like somebody liked something, you know, like look at this, bro. The low was like 147, bro, and the high was fucking 167. Like we're talking about $20 move.
Yeah.
If I'm taking short, I'm scalping. You know, it's quick, stick and move style.
Yeah, if you could pull back into that, I wanted to answer a question that was inside the chat there, if you don't mind.
Oh yeah, please do.
That green candle that we called the shooting star, that's right there, right? What is a shooting star pattern? It's not a pattern, but it is more of a candlestick inversion, right? So this is for a bearish return, like a reversal, usually off of a trend value somewhere in a pattern of candles. When it's on the top like this and you have the wick above and it points down like this would mean that there's a bearish return about to happen. When it's on the bottom, instead of being called a shooting star, it's called a hammer, which is the opposite, which is a usually a red candle pointing up, you know, with the lower, somewhere. Yeah, there's probably none in that. Oh, wait, go back.
A little bit here, but
yeah, that could have been, most definitely. But it's usually a red candle. It can be a green candle too. It has to be followed, like right there. Yeah, that would be a shooting star or
off of
a hammer. Yeah.
Off of a support hammer is bullish. You see that?
Yes. Yep. But it usually identifies it as a reversal of pattern. So that's all it stands for. So these are things that again only have about 75% chance of being predictive, but you'll start seeing it as price action predictors. It's something that you add to it.
I do the same off indecisives. If it's red, and I get a green indecisive, you know, a sign for a reversal.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I have to see like a longer, like I can't just go, oh, it's red and indecisive. Like, no, bro, we're still on an uptrend. Like that's too close for me to be like, that's it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just too close. But you could kind of get a little bit of a stretch here and maybe. But this right here is an indecisive for me. You got your lower highs. You got what, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25 out of 30 minutes, just straight red. And then you get this. I love that move. You know, absolutely love it. See how tricky this Solana is at times though? Waiting for confirmation, get your confirmation, but it's bearish. Waiting for confirmation, get your confirmation, it's bearish. Now we want to go short, and then you don't wait, you just jump the gun, and then you see this, and now you got the worst entry. We see another wick up top though, and now we got a reject for 15 minutes straight.
Yeah.
That is huge for me to feel confident in a short. But again, that daily candle is fucking crazy, right?
Yeah. Well, there's a lot of action happening during that time. That candle's filled with hundreds of thousands of trades, millions of trades, and millions of movements. So,
I gotta put these kiddos down, bro. I was hoping to catch at least a third trade for you guys, but I'm not gonna force unless we had a perfect setup.
Smart.
What I will tell you is this: if I get a reject off of this and I get a close below this trend line, I got a minute and 33 seconds. If that were to happen, then I would take shorts. For first, it would be a heavy trim at the base of these candles, just in case we don't get lower lows. Then lastly, it would be a heavy trim at this key level, because I do believe we might have support here. Okay, that would be my move. If we close above this weekly close of 520, I would just wait for a following candle to confirm. 5 minutes has to open and close above this level and above this intersection for me, in order for me to confidently take highs for the longs for the high of day test. That would be my only trade I would take after this next 5, 10, 15 minutes or so would dictate what I would do. I'll close it up with that being said. Max, I don't know what your schedule is tomorrow, but want to jump on a call again?
Yeah, I might, man. I'm liking this. I mean, are you going to do this again?
Yeah.
Or you mean talk to me?
No. Yeah, Monday through Friday, we do crash courses. Right. We talk about, leverage versus liquidation. We talk about, position size, risk management. We talk about discipline, psychology behind it all. And yeah, man, we do like A to Z approach. We do that Monday through Friday. And then obviously on Fridays, we play our poker game afterwards. So we'll probably get online around 5:30 at the latest. Yeah. And then cards get dealt around 6:30. So I guess
think I might have. I was supposed to be moving some dojo tomorrow, but it's supposed to be raining. So I think I'll take you up on that.
Okay, good shit. Hopefully we'll see you then.
Well, yeah, I appreciate you guys. Listen, before I head out, this guy's putting a lot of extra time in for all of you. I hope you guys really appreciate it. I know you all do. Dr. Egon, thank you for letting me be here. And Roxy and all you guys are in there supporting, man. That's just huge, man. Major bullish.
Always. Thanks for having us on your platform.
Yeah, this is awesome.
Yeah, shout out to Trader Max himself. Obviously, this StreamYards platform he opened up to us, and it's been absolutely heaven sent. We're in front of 423 people tonight on some light work, and that's sweet, across 3 platforms: YouTube, Twitch, and of course X. So thank you, Trader Max, big time. Thank you for everyone that tuned in, man. Every one of you guys, Mr. Chris, Lucas, Massimo. Everybody putting in work in the comments, man. We really do appreciate you. Dante, of course. Not the Mama was in here earlier. Oh, Sherry. Who else, man? I know I'm missing a few of you guys out there, man. Heather, Newport Dane. Harley was in the mix. Of course, we had Parker Parody up here talking at one point along with Hinch. We love all of you guys, man, and we really do appreciate you guys. Roxy, appreciate you for jumping up as always, grabbing a mic. Shout out to Arn out there in the mix, Dr. Egon, Professor, my man, and everyone else, man. We appreciate you so much. We'll see you guys tomorrow.
See you soon.